I just realized I wasn't even I wasn't even dressed yet before I started the stream. Just had to throw on my pirate hat and everything. Much better now. Hello, Paula. I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's been good. I am distracted by text real quick, but yeah, I hope everyone's week's been okay. I have been, I've been. It's been a week. I guess you could say I have done stuff, but it's weird to really think about, honestly. Give me 1 second. Meat! Hello! Very good combo. One of my favorite combinations of emotes. I do enjoy it very much. You ever just start streaming and get messages? It happened. I got bit by a snake this week. That was the big thing. I don't know how much I've said it before, but I'm currently your speedrun of Epic Mickey last night. Oh my lord, are those even good anymore? I was thinking about doing them again, but I'm definitely not a speedrunner. So I would not really chastise. I wouldn't chastise anyone for being like, oh my lord, Paula. Well, I don't know if it's better or worse that Kazu has both hands up in the air. So, are they still the one holding the gun? Or is it just a gun on Kazu's behalf? Because he's just like, get them. Kill them. But yeah, I don't know how much I've said it in the past since I gotten back from Florida, but I've been working at a pet store recently, and the other day the snakes feed once a week because they're snakes, and if you don't know much about snakes, they digest slowly. They eat one big thing and then just kind of chill out, which honestly, when you think about it, probably better than the shark approach where you have to almost always be eating or you die. And anyway, we were getting them out of a terrarium, and this one had decided not to be like in the terrarium, but honestly, I'm still asking myself the same question. Decided not to be in the terrarium, but instead to be in like the door frame to it, like the door frame of the terrarium. So you can, for the most part, you can generally pick them up, kind of. They won't be, the snakes are probably the ones who are least chill in that pet store with you picking them up, even more so than fish. Because fish will flop around, but eventually they'll just be like, well, I can't do it. Oh, well, this is my life now. They'll chill out eventually. But, the snakes will usually be just pretty not good with it. And this particular snake, for the first time ever, just whipped its head right around. I grabbed it by its tail. Not hurting it, just I had it. That's how I was gently securing it in my hand, was I got its butt, and I was basically holding it like a stick. Again, not gently. And I was trying to just get it in the container as fast as possible, but it whipped around and just bit me on the hand. And luckily it was but yeah, it was a milk snake, so it was very small. I was surprised its fangs even broke skin. Such was its tininess. It could have been. I basically got bit by a worm. I'm sorry. Just got, I hope it's okay that I'm doing it. Let's do that. You know what? We're listening to lounge music while I'm just finishing up Zach, who turned the lights off? Better. Look at the Hades lounge as we listen to lounge music. Okay. It might have been a mistake. Is it a colander? Because if you used a colander for spaghetti, Paula, then yeah, that was a mistake. Colander is like defined as being a bowl that has holes at the bottom. Duh. I got that. And this. I may need to turn up the game a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna turn up the game a bit. Fucking, why is OBS... Does anyone... Hey, question. I genuinely want to know this. Does anyone know, like, fucking OBS audio and how to make sure it stays the same all the time? Like, I'm not saying my audio is always perfect, but some days it's good, and then some days, like, OBS is just like, I think we're gonna change. I think we're gonna change it while you're away, and when you get back on here with the same exact setup, it'll all be different and slightly quieter. Because I'm really tired. I'm just really tired of it, if I'm being honest with you. So. Because granted, I'm kind of okay with it being quieter, in a lot of things being quieter than me in the stream, just because that's how streams are. I feel like that's part of what you sign up. Part of what you sign up for when you watch a stream is just like, this person will kind of be the main attraction, even though I do enjoy the game, but still. They're harmless. Yeah, most snakes and spiders are harmless. More spiders than snakes, in the U.S. at least. In the U.S., you gotta look out for, like, I believe it's like puff adders, like water snakes, are the bigger ones that are an issue.
Hypnos, really, that is the worst idea I think I've ever heard. Do you understand how little sense that makes?
Okay, I'm gonna turn it down again. It's still much quieter than I'd like it to be, but it is. But when the actual stuff comes on, it gets a bit louder, and I'm like,
I'm just saying, maybe if you just, I don't know, had all the mortals die at the same time and say.
I don't know why I bother with you, honestly.
Oh, just
back again.
Just rapture them, Than. I know it's a Christian thing, which isn't invented here yet, I think. But
your extended family, the Olympians, they wish to help.
Neither do I last time I checked. I'll take all the help I can get trying to break out of here.
I'm pleased to hear you say
yeah,
that.
I mean,
I've
said it many a times at this point. I don't know why people retire at Florida, just because, like, if the weather doesn't kill you, the wildlife will. So, like,
where'd Orpheus go?
He's taking a break. You can really only, you know, deal with Fountain's Spear Revive. Yeah, sure, why not?
Here you go. I'll be
Add
on the
some
lookout for
fountains.
this when I'm in the area.
Anyway, Orpheus can only handle your being around your dad so much, and I understand. I get it. He's kind of a prick.
Meg must have gone back already.
Yep. Okay. So here's the thing. I was like, I don't want to do all of, like, the Mirrors of Night upgrades.
The mirror's grown in power.
But honestly,
thank you, Nyx.
I think it might be better if we do everything except Death Defiance. When Strike froze from behind. Yes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of tired of dying as much as I do. So with that in mind,
Maxed out already.
You know,
looking good.
I'm just gonna upgrade everything I can, and we're gonna be done with it. And if I escape first go with this, then then we're Gucci. One more thing. I'm sorry, Skelly. I have important business.
Got me
Oh.
good.
Anyway, what's up,
Skelly,
Skelly?
you mentioned the ancient bit of blood I found in Tartarus. Know what I'm supposed to do with this stuff?
Wouldn't know a thing about it. Definitely doesn't have anything to do with those infernal arms of yours, some of which appear to still be unavailable.
Unlock those first, then, huh?
No, not that.
This one.
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay. I'm still
Oh,
gonna
you
stick
got
with
one.
this. You know what? Let's go with the good old sword. Why not? It might just be best.
I could hit harder than that.
It's
everyone.
Zagreus' trademark weapon. Might as well. I think I just bumped. Nope, we're
That
good.
dog is not your plaything, boy.
How dare you!
Cerberus defends our realm so that no one gets in alive, or gets out either way.
Don't you insult Cerberus.
I'm not staying. Not even for him. Lord Uncle Zeus.
You dad of a bitch. What's up, dude?
When you reach the surface, Zagreus, you call upon me then and there, all right? I'll personally see to it that you'll be escorted up to Olympus and...
Probably not. We're gonna do... Yeah, let's do Thunder Flourish. That's not good. This seems like a good idea. Also, honestly, I should probably be giving more my... What's it called? The
More louds.
juice to people. Well, no. I got a mind to save while I've been playing Hades this time around. Instead of just
Mine
saying
now.
yes and to everything. Do I have to be just a spending Spencer? Is that what I'm to understand? I can't just kind of wait for a bit before I know I have enough for everything. I know Zagreus is more of a rusher
I
than
bet Charon's going to want all this.
a planner, but not me. Not me. I plan things out decently carefully. That's not completely fair. I like to think I'm a decent strategist, but I'm not like, oh my goodness. Did you hear? Our opponent is KO. World-renowned brain thinker. We have no chance against his devious plots. Against his ridiculously complicated schemes. We're doomed, all of us. Let's go with the Centaur. Yeah, Centaur. I want to get at least like 200 before we worry about endgame. And I'm not talking about Avengers. I'd really rather not. I really feel like Secret Invasion. Not to get too topical, but I really feel like Secret Invasion is a lot of places where some of the most die-hard MCU fans. And I do just mean, no drama, no. I like the MCU. A lot of people have. I'm just talking like people that also like the comics and another material before it. But some people have just seen the movie, and that's all good. And it would make sense they'd want to. Those would be some of the people who want to stick with it the longest.
Much
I
better.
feel like even Secret Invasion is at a point where people are just like, I'm gonna hop off the old train here. I understand. Especially, I mean, good, considering that that's the machine generator. That's honestly, they start calling it machine generator. I did run directly That I kind of deserve that. As I keep saying, it's not AI. Even if we are to acquiesce to the idea, even if we are to resquiace de pace, to the idea that pattern recognition is intelligence, and it is, in fact, you know, a machine, so it's artificial, i.e. artificial intelligence, like semantics, you know, like, you got the technical term of the idea, not the spirit of it, though. It's not a thinking computer. Especially the image one, you know, basically it's like looking at patterns of display. It's just incredibly disingenuous to be like, AI, the future is here.
So, Zag, you met my dad by now, your Uncle Zeus. He's cool and loves of feasting. Just be sure to keep him in your thoughts, okay?
Is he gonna die? Drunken strike. Oh, yep.
Strong stuff.
That'd be good. I like restoring my health to the threshold. Keep Zeus in your thoughts. What does that mean? Is there something I should know about my uncle who I still haven't met in person? The Greek god? I was under somewhat of an idea that you guys were immortal, but you're making it sound like that's not as true as it could be. Just smash your way through a bunch of skulls. Literally. Ah! Man, I wish I could go drinking with freaking Dionysus. That sounds like a good way to take a vacation. You ever get that feeling of just like, I haven't done enough, but also I'm far too exhausted? You know? Like, I haven't done enough, but at the same time I've done everything. That's how I definitely felt recently. Probably because I am working all the time. It's just not in the... I am working at a big animation studio. And thus doing the job I've always said I would do. Kind of way. If that makes sense. People around me don't see it like that. I, on some level, when I'm not thinking about it critically, see it like that.
Lady Artemis.
Let's see. You blundered headlong into danger for the past 6 chambers or more, and you made such a racket I could almost hear it from Olympus.
Yes. Correct. That works for me. I would like some life, yeah. As much health as you're willing to give me.
That's who I think it is.
Sisyphus!
Hello,
Boldy! Did I give you one of these, Sisyphus? Here.
Hey, sir. Thought this might ease your burden for a while.
Now,
One
hold
has
on
to
over,
imagine
Magnus.
Sisyphus
I can't
happy.
accept something like this, not without give.
Thanks.
Thanks for that, sir.
Hey, Prince, I heard you showed that Fury sister the What For. Is that the truth? Might explain why I've been left here to my own devices for a change.
I don't think she'll be out of commission for very long. She'd best find you mining that boulder, though at least you managed to catch a break for now.
Heck yeah. Give me some opal.
Sure,
I don't even know
here
what
you go.
opal means.
Thank you, mate.
Good luck with that.
Probably is that literally just the name of the ancient currency? Or there's some kind of deeper thing to it? I wish we had better kind of... I wish humanity as a whole kind of valued the importance of keeping records. Kind of hearing the day-to-day life-to-life stories. people from ancient times to now. Granted, it's not necessarily that we didn't all the time. There's definitely been moments where we haven't. But more so
Gods grant me strength.
that, like, quite a few of it was written on completely destroyable material.
Why not?
Thanks, Charon. You're the best.
Guessing Electo? Oh well.
I'm glad it's not
The
Electo.
mirrors made you stronger, Zagreus.
No hard feelings. I think she feels partly responsible for.
She shouldn't. The only one responsible for all of this is you. And I thought even you would have understood that by now.
Eh. Well, I forgot what's my cast button. Ah. Why did I forget my cast button? Oh. I just had it. Oh, dang. Why did I completely forget that?
I'll make you scream. I'll make this quick.
I would prefer to make it quick in the way that you let me pass, less in the way of you hurt me. Much.
Zagreus.
I'd rather not. You're gonna play catch with me, Meg? My dad never played catch with me. I'm really just kind of playing some food here. I'm not doing my best to take her out. Okay. Money. Oh, boy. You know, besides the fact that she was a prominent Steven first character, the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom game
You brat.
really made me a fan of the mineral opal. You get what I'm saying? It's pretty!
Here, ratchets.
This is why. Oh. Ow, please stop with the... She's done these projectile attacks a lot. Is that just because I've been kind of far away for the most part?
Try this.
Oh! What did I just say? Meg, what did I just say? Okay, well I wasn't that far away that time. Man, I'm losing with way more health levels. I completely Ow. Ow! Again, that was all on me there.
One for the little man.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Did you go easy on me, Zagreus?
Yeah, a bit. I was really just not taking that seriously at all. I gotta get my head in the game. As the classic Zac Efron movie High School Musical might say.
Okay, she got me.
Yeah. That one was on me. Oofs.
Oh, wow, so Megara herself got you last time. That must have been intense. She's fast and strong and beautiful.
Correct.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Hi, Dusa. Dusa, you should take one of these too. You work hard.
Miss Dusa, I wanted you to have this. It's nothing really, just for your hard work.
Prince, I'm really grateful for this.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Miss Dusa.
Harpy Feather Duster. Neato.
Prince, your father, I think think he's pretty steamed right now about
Oh, he's
something,
steamed
so
alright.
Maybe you could stay away from him.
That's quite all right, Dusa. I'm not afraid of him, and neither should you be. You're the best help he's ever found.
You're not wrong.
Just doing my job here, Prince.
Love her voice.
I've done the best I could preparing him, though I'm fearful it was not enough.
I mean, yeah, I just got my
faith is
butt handed to me by Meg. I'm gonna keep heading out. Listen, I believe in myself. If nothing else.
Special day.
Hey, look at that.
Hey,
Oh,
you're
hey.
getting pretty strong there, pal. Though I am being paid to tell you that. But
I have to ask you something, mate. What do you even need the pay for, anyway?
This is a fantastic question.
that, pal, is nobody's business but my own.
Fair enough. Way.
I'm ready.
Hopefully. Okay, we got this.
Uncle Poseidon.
That works.
You've come to know your Uncle Zeus by now, correct? Just want to let you know, good Zeus gets very busy on the regular. So you just stick with me. I've always...
Thank you. I can do a
sea god's
title shot. Maybe. Title dash. Look, I'm a waterbender. From Avatar, the way of water. Avatar, the way of water. Avatar, the fire people. Avatar, Earth. Question mark.
Nix's power.
You know what? Why don't we get wet and loving? I'm sure that's a winning combination. I'm sure if there's any combo of gods that can get me out of Hades, it's the wet and the sexy one. Which is not terms that will get me out of... that will get me in trouble with YouTube or Twitch at all.
That oaf Poseidon spoke to you already, didn't he? All bluster, muscles, and bravado, that one. I'm glad you're not the type.
Yeah.
I feel fabulous.
I also feel fabulous. I mean, I could feel better in my current day and age, but
More
I could feel worse.
Something for the mirror.
Something for the mirror. Mirror, mirror, what's inside you? Save me from everything I see. Love it. I love Cahill singing time. If no one else does, I love Cahill singing time.
Shiny.
Heck yeah. Oh my god. I feel it's interesting when you get, like, you know, centaur hearts, dateless hammers, money, because you can spend it and everything. But when it's just darkness and chthonic keys, I'm just like,
Something I can use.
no, I'm not gonna spend anyone on that. Really got enough for a boon. Got good old Charons right now. Oh, great.
Let's go, lads.
The Chuckle Brothers. I didn't need a chuckle right now. I thought it's like, kill him. For the little diamond thing. Zag shoots into him. And I'm like, I was going to do that, whether or not they had those in them anyway.
Hey, you're not alone. You're not alone down there, okay? Here, let me show you.
You're a sweetie, Artemis.
fate of the Huntress.
I'll do that. I'll do a little passive buff from Artemis. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That's good. Which way?
If I could just not mess it up this time.
Charon must be nearby.
Let's do this.
Here's the fee.
Yeah, that works. And then just some minor healing. Just a little bit. Just top me off. My good man. Okay, well I didn't need to spend money on that, as it turns out. Would have been nice to know, but not how it works. So fair enough.
I'm as healthy as can be, but cheers.
I'm sorry. Listen, Zag. If I had known, I wouldn't have done it. Save the cow. Do what you can. Danger cavern. Oh yeah, I didn't even say it, but because Meat came in and started talking about watching Epic Mickey speedrun. I wouldn't, because I thought recently about this, like, what is so old in my streaming collection that I would want to do it again just because I think I can give a better experience this time. And the main, his choice, but no longer knocks foes away. That's okay. Honestly, it's a water and deals plus 20. Actually, you know what? That's probably better.
Done and done.
For my sake. But I was thinking about it just because since I went basically the half of the year without doing a stream for a bit, and I've had a lot of change over the past year and a half or so. I was like, should I redo Resident Evil 2 before maybe doing Resident Evil 4 for Halloween this year? But honestly, Resident Evil 2 is one of the streams where not really that much has changed since I streamed it. It has the benefit of having have been there for quite some time while I played it. So
Zesty.
It's hard to be like, no, that could be improved. I'm not always someone who's like, yeah, I'm the greatest, but
time.
I did an okay job with that one. Could have been worse.
I'm here, Meg.
Meg, you're still my favorite, even though you kicked my ass.
And here you are again.
I may be slow to learn, but at least
I am
Talk
patient.
about your patience. It's beginning to.
I love last time I only had something like special. And now my special is buff. It doesn't have anything on it. She can. Is that what it is? Is her calling in the wretches requesting backup? If I'm being honest, I saw them more like slave knights, you know, like fighting because they don't really have a choice otherwise, being forced to. Which is against the Geneva Convention, but I don't think Geneva's been invented yet here. I can't tell if this is ancient Greece or modern ancient Greece, you know? See, that's how it should have gone last time. Why? Because you were really screwing me up before.
yes.
Listen, Meg, I'd love to say no hard feelings, but you fully embarrassed me last time. If I can be real with you. So I think I'm just gonna keep going.
Going up.
I really don't need any particular items from these fountains right now. You know, the map of the underworld here just reminded me. I've been looking at Berserk and Kentaro Miura's illustrations. Because I love the art of illustrating. I love doing it. And I love the outcomes of them. And man, that guy knew how to illustrate just like landscapes and junk. So I would be wise to learn things. Rest in peace, my God. But like, if I have to think of one specific artist that I can point to and be like, that is like literally the thing I want to work in my field, like how I want my stuff to look, kind of as I'm drawing it. Probably good. I hate these guys. Annoying. Okay. Heck yeah.
That's one more.
Going okay-ish. Definitely more health. This time. But yeah. Because I didn't even get that far into the comic before this stuff started looking ridiculously impressive. He's really just hopping around. I feel like he doesn't even want me to do that. Upsetting, because I'd like to do
Not yet.
They're Goonie skeletons are not quite my favorite. Especially when they explode and cause like the entire screen turn white for a second. I guess they don't have to care about it because they don't got eyeballs. Skeletons have a lot of things, but eyeballs is not one of them. Eyeballs are specifically very flashy. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna regret this, but also I'm gonna go with Poseidon. I've done him dirty enough during these things. And I love to sim, but
Good decision there.
Tempest Floor special causes more damage than not so away. Honestly.
Brush me aside like that?
No.
Well, I think I can crush you into tiny little bits.
So that's the way it is then.
It seems to be the way.
She can't stay mad forever.
She probably can. She was both a goddess and one of emotion. And also that heart seems to be trailing me pretty well. Ow. Yeah. I should just not be doing this anymore. Wow. Please stop hitting me with your death heart. Your mellow One Piece. I said I would stop talking about One Piece as much on stream. I'm surprised that's not a joke. Everything can be a JoJo reference, but not everything is a One Piece reference. They could differ. That Gorgon just floating in the lava. This sucks. Very angry with you, Aphrodite.
With love, Godling. So why don't we pretend you're industry?
That works for me, but also this also
No
works
love
for me,
without
so.
pain.
I'm not doing a boss.
nothing.
Not after that. Oh. Let's hope I can get some healing.
Can catch my breath.
Majesty.
From within the humble residence in Asphodel reverberates the golden-sounding voice of Lorne Eurydice, who once attempted to escape the underworld and failed utterly, much like Prince Zagreus.
Damn.
You watch yourself, old man.
Honestly.
Say, tell me something there, Your Royal Majesty. You know a lot of shades. You wouldn't happen to know an Orpheus, would you?
Maybe.
Silly little thing, whiny voice. Heard he's officially serving in your court. Making music.
I refuse to say
Of course I
anything.
know Orpheus. We're mates. Wait, why do you ask?
Your mates, huh? Just as long as you don't count on him for anything. Hasn't even mentioned me, has he?
Damn. Yeah, I'll do that.
For you.
Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Oh no. Oh, we gotta do a boss either way now. I'm
Later
so
then, yeah?
screwed. Is it the raft? I could probably do the raft. Is it not the raft? Oh, I'm so fucked.
Hello, Witch's Circle.
I don't like the Witch's Circle. Oh, why am I so bad at this game? This is why I like to go with Athena. Yeah. I just felt like I saw like flashing around me. I don't know if that's the game. If I'm going crazy, I might be going crazy. Crazy is a likely option at this point.
Blasted witches got me.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, Hypno's not here. What are you?
It is plain to me that you are helping him. In spite of my insistence, you do not. What do you expect that I should do about this, Nyx? What would you do in my position? Deception in my very house and home. Answer me.
Maybe you should stop being a bitch.
Hades, my relationship with him remains unchanged. It is the very same relationship from when you first requested I take care of him. He has my full support and always shall.
Thanks,
You
Nick.
must know that.
You're much cooler.
They're at it again. Because of me.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Say, Orpheus, you wouldn't happen to know the nymph Eurydice, would you? Tall, woodsy type. I get the impression maybe you know each other.
Yeah, she's my ex-wife.
Why, yes. I know Eurydice. Oh, I once knew her, I should say.
I saw her, mate, in Asphodel. She's doing fine up there, all on her own. The two of you used to know each other then?
We more than knew each other, Zagreus. We were husband and wife.
Oh, well. Don't you have a message I could bring to her if we should meet again?
I do not wish to trouble her again, my friend. Speak not to her of me, all right? I have my memory of her.
You can't be serious.
He is. He's incredibly serious. He said, I'm living my best life. My best life. Oh, well, that was a Freudian slip on both of our
Let me
parts.
give you a piece of advice, boyo. You run across a guy like me out there, you just give him a good stab right in the back without a second thought before he sends you crying back to Papa.
I'm trying.
I'll keep that in mind, mate.
I'm going back to
Let's
this
go with
gear.
this one.
My spear can do what Nintendo can't. What? Nintendo don't. I always mess up that line. Oh, it might be the run.
I'm here again to lend to you my power, noble cousin.
Thank you. Yeah, might as well. And now what? We won't get the witch's circle of any kind. No more projectile enemies for me.
Out of my way. On my authority.
And a heart. We wouldn't have lasted that long if we didn't have as much health to get stabbed with anyway. Oh my goodness, I got a very... Oh, very serious text. It's kind of a downer day, honestly. Things have not gone particularly well. I mean... Okay. Things just keep happening. People don't think things keep happening. Okay, well, that's taken care of. And I was playing another roguelite. I guess you could call it kind of roguelite. It's like a mixture of different games in my own spare time, but definitely has that reset element. Oh my goodness! I mean, what? Pig, you just subscribed. Thank you, and thanks for showing up. You know, Pig, it's good to see my good friend Pig.
Mine now.
Because things can be a downer sometimes. But good to remember I got great people in my life like you. Big old big swine.
Welcome.
Pig, I hope if you ever have any kind of panel from your great success as a streamer that you do, like, you come out with like an apple in your mouth. Get it? 'Cause Pig.
Hello there, Dionysus.
I gotta hand it to you, Zach. You don't back down. You don't ever back down. What is
I
this?
don't. Gotta stay determined. Yeah. It probably would have helped to have something like that where my health gets boosted back up over the game. Am I? It sounds so quiet to me. Man, fucking... Okay, I guess for... I mean, the solution is I just have monitor up. And then... this turned down. Really can't catch a break. I apologize for that. Well, at least you guys were listening to some Hades for a minute. I'm not spending money on any of this. I'm sorry, Charon. Is that better, Pig? I hope so. No, this is great now. Okay, well, I'll remember that. I'll try and keep levels basically where they are for each stream. I just wish stream would stop messing with me. I mean, Discord's the same, or it sounds fine to me, even as it's the same level as stream, but stream is like, deafening! Too much! Ooh. Yeah, I'm dealing with a whole life thing over here. Oof. Not what I could have expected before stream either. Will you spear me? I mean, I'd honestly would prefer not to, because I imagine it hurt, but I guess if you're okay with it. We can do both. Your special inflicts doom. Yep, that works.
This is my fight.
Sometimes life just really be life, you know? You know what I'm saying? It is like an innuendo. Unless I just actually use a spear as a sex kind of... No, pig. No. You said that, and I did get kind of like this sexy intonation. But now what I want to do is use a spear as some kind of sex toy in the bedroom. And you were the one who brought it up, so... Get ready. Spear can mean penis. It can. But... not now, it doesn't. Also, big thank you again for this hub. I'm so excited. Pig is going to be part of the special event since we met our monthly goals for next month. I'm looking very forward to spending time with him. Doing such a thing. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. The next thing is Charon, isn't it? It doesn't have to be Charon, but yeah, I'll go. I'll go Mr. Sisyphus. Ahoy!
Hey, Prince, how goes the old escape plan?
I'm doing my best.
It's been all right.
Oh, well, keep your chin up.
I'm trying. I appreciate you, Mr. Sisyphus. I don't care what people say about your STD.
I've tolerated your impudence for long enough.
No, you haven't. You're tolerating me for much longer. If stream can tolerate me for 2 hours, you can tolerate me for... I don't know. However long it takes me to get the fuck out of here. It does kind of, honestly, not to get too personal, but I feel like I've talked before about wanting to get my own place, so... A game all about the struggles of leaving home. I didn't realize how kind of thematically resonant it might be to current life. ATM. Also, chat, do me a favor. If there is anyone listening, keep your fingers crossed for me, will ya? I'm planning to go to, like, local comic shops and see if they need help. Because if I could get hired by a comic shop, that would, believe it or not, probably be a great, like, first step. Comic shops will work with artists and everything, so... Not to say they're gonna hire me as an artist. I have gotten... I'm gonna relabel this to K-Hole. I hope I beat it this stream, because half the stream has been me texting. Yep. Okay. I'm not even saying it because, like, I'm upset. I'm saying it because genuinely, I feel this way a lot of the times. I miss home phones. I miss the time where everyone wasn't always expecting you to constantly be within contactable range, you know?
I wished only to speak to you in private once again, my king, except, you see...
Except you see, dear cousin, that some members of our family are predisposed toward the unspeakable.
You interrupt me once again, dear sister.
They get on each other's nuts a lot.
I warn you to stay out of my affairs.
You only do as you see fit, Lord Ares. Mind that you continue pulling in the same direction as us all.
Ah. Your abilities that can deflect immediately activate Doom. I am okay with that.
Combined power.
That works out. Hopefully I get more deflects. Maybe we'll do it, you know? Oh, well, she's not the worst. No, not really.
How about no? No murder. No.
Correct. I'm with Zyg here. Oh, my lord. Stop with the murder. I'd really prefer less murder. I'm literally losing track of her, which is probably the point of all the flashy abilities. If nothing else, when you have flashy anime powers, it really distracts your opponent from doing too much. What are they gonna do? If, you know, that works for me. If you flashbang them just by throwing a punch, probably not much. See, this is what I'm talking about. Athena's makes so many bosses. I don't know if Athena's was the first ability they came up with. It is the first one they show you in game. But it counters so much. I mean, it is literally a counter, but it's supposed to specifically be direct, you know, projectiles and everything. Yet here we are. Apparently every character in this game has just some kind of projectile that would love to throw at you. I would dare. Peace.
Next floor.
Next floor. Next floor. Again, is there any lore to the tower in this area? Is it the Tower of Babel? I hope it's the Tower of Babel. Was that supposed to be built before ancient Greece? Or after? I guess it is literally like a creationary myth, so I guess it would be before. For your hubris, your arrogance.
Useless.
Am I useless? Thanks, Zag. It means a lot. That famous thing from Greek myth. Well, listen, then why does it look like it? Also, Pig being so smart. It's not like this game was made by people from ancient Greek. Believe it or not, Pig, this Nintendo Switch game was made by some folks in the modern age who would know about multiple mythologies and not just the Greek ones. Hard as that may be to comprehend. Other cultures have towers, Kale. I don't believe that, actually. Actually, you say that, I don't believe you. I think only Christianity ever had any kind of towers.
God's grant me strength.
That feels right. I think everyone else just like they're like, you know, one-story flats. You know, like just move to this city. It's like, does this have an upstairs or downstairs? No, it's just one story. It's like, oh, that's nice. Everything's just like, you know, down the hall from each other. I like that. I'm trying to really put the positive spin on this because I do love those houses. I'm not joking. My grandparents live in a house like that for as long as I've been alive, and I want to live there. I wouldn't mind moving faster. Charon it is. But yeah, I love one-story houses. They're the best. What do I need to be doing? Freaking, you know.
Boosted a bone.
Moving up and down stairs.
Let's get out of here.
Do you think there are people who have, like, you know, home gyms in their one-story house and they have one of those stair climbing machines? And it's just like, man, you know, if I had thought about my house plans a bit more, this could have been avoided. Really, if we think about it. If we think about what I'm doing, you know, this could have been avoided. If I had just really shopped through the houses that already have these commodities. That being said, I'm acting like it's cheaper to buy a house these days than a piece of gym equipment. Acting like another floor wouldn't add the price of an entire gym to your house. It 100% would. Which is why I'm planning to live in a hobbit hole, and I'm only kind of half joking. But boy, do I desire my own hobbiton. There's a bit more woodsy though. I don't need the plains. Give me the woods. Thanks. I'll take that one. Am I gonna get more health anytime soon? I would love more health. More heart would be amazing, frankly. Though, you know, luckily I have deflect, so maybe I should just not get hit. Maybe if I was being really smart, I just wouldn't need any help.
It's dark, all right.
Theoretically, you only need one hit point. And as long as you're good at the game, nothing else will matter. It won't matter how many hit points you have. It's so weird to think about how... I don't have enough for both. I really want more Ares. But heart? I can't help having a heart. I love to get... Oh my lord. Well, it's a good thing I got it, because I'm a moron. If I was getting on a raft, but instead I stepped directly into lava. Would you just instantly die stepping into lava? You'd instantly lose your foot. For sure. But I really don't believe that, like, you wouldn't die. Doing the thing where it spawns enemies. Please don't send out your children. I kill your children a lot, Bone Hydra. I'm getting real tired of doing it. Just pay child support, you know? Child support! Oh, that's a nasty skeleton. Bone Hydra, please spawn. Please do not spawn more. Yeah, I would literally ask in the process of asking you not to do that. Quite frankly. I know it's wild to think that I wouldn't want more skeletons here, but such is the case. Really don't need more at the moment. And more children, though. So many children. Can I not deflect lava? Does lava not count as a projectile? I would really like not to die here. Not to the Bone Hydra. Not today. Man, it would have been great if I had not stepped in lava like a moron. I should just throw the bitch move. You can bone Big, please. Hey Cahill, you can bone my Hydra anytime. Big, I'm dying. And I'm dying for you to bone my Hydra. Leonard, the Bone Hydra. I'm missing. I'm missing because of this beautiful Greek, classical Greek decoration. Am I dead? Wait. I'm not dead. Okay. I really thought I died there. I thought I just got hit by someone and I was just dead. Maybe another time. You know? Is there anything I want to sell? Great. Not definitely. Yeah, no, not any of those. Works for me. Okay. I mean, hey, listen. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Everything's so green.
It is. I love green. Zacharias, how did you know I like green? Second favorite color. Pretty sure it's Pig's first favorite color.
Who else?
But I like the green of the forest. Pig specifically likes the green of broccoli. Don't ask me why. That's just his thing. I asked him, I was like, Pig, why do you like specifically broccoli green so much? And he was just like, it's just the color of my soul. In my soul, I feel broccoli green. My mom tried to feed me broccoli as a child, and instead of being like, ew, like all the other kids, I went, brother! And that was really the start of it. I'm gonna get the Daedalus Hammer, because more health would be neat, but I don't need it necessarily. I just hope. Honestly, every time we get to the final stage of these levels, I always feel like I'm coming up short in a lot of statistical aspects to Theseus and the Minotaur. So I'm just hoping that this time round we actually manage to do some decent work, at least before getting our ass handed to us. Some decent murder work. You know, murder the ghost, which is just, you know, don't really murder ghosts.
Mix up my style.
Your special deals 400 to armor. I'm gonna do this one. Really? I'm gonna go here. I get a bunch of money, so I'd rather go to Charon at the moment. How about we get our... yeah, how about that? Okay. I don't want to upset Dionysus. Actually, Dionysus would be the smart move. We get a Dionysus buff, and then the only thing our enemies have will just be for, you know. Yep, there we go. Listen, I would love you. I get both anyway. Why do you gotta act like I'm? Like I'm doing you dirty. Oh man. Again, I'd really love to not lose a bunch of health doing this. There we go. Like some health is fine. I can understand some health. I'm fighting Greek gods here, but all my health, all of it, really? We need to go that far. Why did I try it? Why did I use my special, which is a projectile attack? That would be a stupid idea. When you really think about it, that'd be a very dumb idea of me. I guess they don't always have their her blessing, do they? It's more of a every now and then thing. Hello, Juice. Happy Pride. Juice, you also make me happy. You know that? When life's got me down, I think about my good friend Juice, who I love. Okay, we good now?
You see, I have my father's temper, Zagreus.
You don't say. Yes. Yes. Now we're cooking.
That's better.
You can't do that. I can. Stop. I'm going to. Not stop. Huh? Got you. I'm about to get my ass kicked by a Minotaur, huh? Yep.
You have met the champion, the king. Let us see if you are fit to face him once again.
I really am, you pompadour fuck.
Life isn't particularly fair, short one, nor death. I'd have expected you to know as much. But here, have your fair fight.
Fucking life isn't fair, and I'm about to make it be fair. Fairly painful. Ow. Like I said, my life is fairly painful. Please. Man, he hits like a bull. They don't call him the Bull for nothing. Just like they don't call Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson the Rock for nothing. They call him that because he has so many kidney stones. The Rock Johnson. Famous star of movies such as Oppenheimer. Can you smell what the op is cooking? Oh no. I'll say it again. I don't think Mr. Oppenheimer would want a movie about that stuff. But they sure did make one anyway.
Enough, short one. I respect your strength, short one. The champion of Elysium awaits.
Yeah, I hope my ribs are fixed by then. Hello, Greg. Greg, can you smell what the op is cooking?
In the name of Hades.
Fantastic. Man, I hope I get some kind of healing thing soon. Probably not, though. He nuked my burrito too long. Yeah, he only uses microwaves to cook something. So yeah. I remember I saw Again, I also say this, that I need to stop just repeating TikToks, but I saw a TikTok where it was, where like, you know, after they completed the nuclear bomb, he was like, okay, we got it done, we can end the war now, right? And they're like, oh, we used it. And he was like, you what? You maniacs, I didn't build those to use them. They're just scary. You look at them and you think, oh, I better not do, oh boy, I better not get up to anything. Or they might use those. I just don't think, I don't think he realized what nuclear escalation was at that point.
You were going to get me in a heap of trouble before all is said and done.
Fan! My beloved. Honestly. If there's one thing that cheers me up, it's my gay lover, the Grim Reaper. Fan, why can't you be one of one of the boons I get? You know, the power you have of just making things die. That'd be super helpful. You have to come out. Come out as gay? What are you saying? Juice, are you trying to say to me that if I currently win this competition in Hades, the video game, I have to tell everyone that I am into the people of the same gender? Is this what you're relaying to me right now? Because I really don't understand, and I'm kind of scared. Yes, well... I did just beat him. Wait, no. Are you sure? Because it's still... that's still what it sounds like.
You still live at home with yours.
Mother Nyx was like a mother to you too, and this is how you repay her.
I should be ashamed of myself. I love Nyx. It's not her. Ow. It is in fact me. Oh, there better be healing in that pot. There better be weed in that pot. I want to, you know, I want to smoke weed with a fancy pipe and drink wine out of like those old Greek cups. Those are both like the most inefficient, unpleasant way to experience those things. But maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's about making a point. It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. It's about the Mets. Come on, baby. Come on. Home run. The Mets. Gotta love the Mets. Also, by the way, when you're hitting on your boyfriend, saying you live with your mom isn't the best. Not like the best way. And I'm not saying you live with your mom. No, I'm just saying telling them they live with their mom. Not the best way to do it.
Here goes nothing.
Might as well. Also might as well. Wow, okay, I'm so beyond screwed. We had a good build and everything. Oh no.
Powered up.
You take less. Yeah, definitely that. And some of these. And some of those. And you'll be fine. I'm below 50% health. And I'd really like not to be.
Asterius. Theseus.
What hope have you, monster, versus the blessed bonds of brotherhood?
Best not belittle him, King. He is more powerful than he appears.
Thank you, Asterius.
Oh, I am perfectly alert right now, Asterius.
He'd be Please don't say you'd be salivating at me. It makes me highly uncomfortable. I am into dudes, but not you. Absolutely not you. Theseus is the dude when you come out to him as gay. They're just like, well, as long as you don't hit on me. First off, you'd be lucky for any dude to be like, I think you're... you warrant me my advances. Ow. Please, please stop hitting me. It could be less of a spectacle. Ah, please, no. What hit me? I also have a blessed spear. It's literally from my dad. You know, the god. Damn it. I'm still don't want to use Death Defiance. I'm going to kick your ass. No, my lord. Well, Deja made me laugh. I just love Theseus exact. I prefer they not.
Did you see? My brother. He's come back. He's here somewhere, I think. Good old Thanatos.
Aw, I love you, Hypnos.
Indeed.
If I wasn't fucking your brother, then...
Surprise, Hypnos. I got you this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't bring that in here. Just kidding. Thanks. But wait, I'll trade you. Look.
Thank you.
Cheers, Hypnos.
Aw. Have a good eat, Greg. Feel better.
Let's go with this assignment, contractor.
This would help.
Would approve.
Keep it down.
I mean... okay. I'm gonna keep going. There he
Mother,
is.
Is there something I can do to help with all of this? I spend too much time away from the house.
You are already doing what you can to help, my son. Continue doing so. Matters are at stake here concerning you and all of us. Your support.
I understand, and I will do my best.
Farewell.
I miss him. But yeah, no, fuck Theseus. He's the worst. You know, I'm just gonna go. This time for sure. I'm going to complete a run. This time. I refuse not to. Artemis, help. Let's go, lesbians. Let's go. Let's go. You're gonna complete. I'm gonna complete. Your dash strike deals more damage. Deadly flourish. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, that means I can't have other dashes. Oh, that's not great. Hi, Zaid. Time to lose all the runs. Zaid, I'm going to suplex you. I gotta text something. Zaid, you also make my days better. Also, Zayd, I am in a call if you want to talk. Yeah, I mean, in this game maybe, but I believe in classic Greek literature. She's like basically the god of lesbians. She's not according to myth. Is that true? I have to do research on that. Also, Zayd, I need you... Zayd, do me a favor. Read One Piece. Because Luffy is ace, and... Fucking... It's true. Luffy is ace, and no one can convince me otherwise. You can't Google Luffy ace. Luffy is 100%. Oh my... See, this is the problem. This is the problem. There is one major... Like... One Piece has a few caveats. One of them being that Luffy is great, you know, representation for the asexual community. But also, I am caught up to One Piece. I didn't know. I did not know you had already seen it. Fantastic, Zayd. Now read the manga, because it's better. Luffy is meat romance, honestly. Listen, let's just talk about it out in the open. I literally, I get the idea of, like, Luffy is dumb, and thus, you know, not into women, but, like, there's being dumb and not into women, and then there's not being affected by a devil fruit that is made so that if you feel any attraction at all, they have power over you. Like, that is how that fruit works. If you have feelings towards the person of the Mero Mero no Mi, then they get weird ass OP powers over you. That's how that works. And it has not worked on Luffy ever once. So fucking... You cannot convince me that's not ace right there. It works on literally everyone. Everyone but Luffy, so... And also, I love that there's a little SBS thing where someone brought up, it's just like, hey, the Hancock's fruit didn't work on Luffy, but he got all wide-eyed when kind of Nami showed her boobs. Why is that? And Oda responds like, oh, he was copying the others. Like, that's the only reason that, and listen, I'm not ace, but if I have heard very similar stories to that. I'm just like, yeah, I was just copying people, basically.
Incredibly lukewarm take. Usopp good.
Usopp is good. Hello, Pig. Let me turn everything up. Say ah. That's perfect. I'm so glad that he talks a while. What is going on? My brother, my guy.
I'm just, it's a Tubes. I'm just writing some script stuff.
For the thing you're always like, I'm gonna do it. Watch me.
Yeah, for the thing that I'm always claiming to do.
That is also fair. Zayd,
Hi.
you can be like those Jews.
I'm here to say that Usopp is not good.
You get your ass out of here. You are wrong.
I'm here to say that Usopp is good.
Usopp is one of the best.
Yeah, one of my top favorites.
Yeah. He is the Batman of the Straw Hats.
I'm still in like his first arc.
Yeah.
What I like about Usopp is in a world of like super powered guys, he's just normal, but he still fights his hardest.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That is incredibly cool.
There is literally no Usopp fight where he's not giving his 100% and it's the best. So.
Yeah, because like Luffy is lazy 90% of the time because he can be.
Yes. I did see a thing recently, and I can't believe we're doing this again, but here we go talking about One Piece again. Is that fucking Pig pointed out, it's like, man, Luffy just kind of steamrolls guys, doesn't he? And it's like, yeah, Luffy worked out for 10 years in a row with a single-minded ambition to become the Pirate King, and he is
A
in the
significant
easiest...
portion of every arc so far has been, how can we briefly incapacitate Luffy so that there is any tension in this scene?
Correct. And I love it.
Same with Zoro.
Yeah, kind of.
This hill is covered in oil, and Zoro cannot run up.
Listen, they're both, especially for the starting area, they are both extremely strong. So
Yeah.
you gotta do something about
I
it.
do also
In the
like
weakest
fact-
sea, they're gods.
They are unstoppable. Everyone's just like, I'm the big cheese around here, and it's like, yeah, because we haven't done anything yet. We haven't been doing anything for the past all of our lives. So
Is there any, like, lore reason why Zoro does not know directions?
not yet.
No.
There might be one day, but right now it's just a gag. So
It's a good gag.
I'm still trying to, I mean, I said this before on stream, I'm still trying to figure out that, like, if you, like, you know, obviously Zoro's fucking superhuman, so he could suplex you if you did this, but if you were to grab Zoro's hand and try to walk in a straight line with him, would he still somehow get lost, or would you be able to actually get him to go in a straight line?
No, if you don't leave him, you'll get him there.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the...
Yeah,
case
my
for one
understanding
person.
from the little bit I've seen is he only gets lost in, like, the 4 seconds when somebody isn't looking directly at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot lose eye contact.
And occasionally the time when people are looking at him, as I've seen clips where Chopper has to tell him you're going the wrong way, the opposite direction we told you to go in.
Is Chopper the reindeer that's somehow a pirate?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Pig, I'm gonna tell you right now, annoyingly, like, because this is the thing, right? You come at One Piece from an outside angle, and you're just like, none of this makes sense. How does any of this work? There's no way this is even the same world. And then you start reading it, and it's like, oh, this all actually does make sense. Actually, this is a coherent, more consistent than some like many other shonens. So, Pig, do you remember how Tien just has a third eye and no one ever says anything about it?
I mean, it is addressed in the Dragon Ball manga, I believe, because he is half of, like, some other demon race.
But, well, I'm just saying, there's not someone like that in One Piece.
So
as
it's
well.
addressed once in the Dragon Ball canon.
Correct.
I love how, if you do not watch original Dragon Ball, which is a mistake because it's like half of the good part of Dragon Ball, then you do not know they address Krillin not having a nose in like the second arc he's in, and like that's the joke they do with it. And if you haven't seen it, then you're just left wondering. It's like, why does this small man not have a nose? It was for one joke.
I always assumed, like, he did, and it was just real small.
No, he canonically does not have a nose. In fact, I do think it's a joke when he first shows up at Kame House, and then a joke again when they do the tournament. But yeah.
Tournament.
Tournament. What was I just thinking of? Yeah.
Maybe hot take. I hope there isn't another Tournament of Power. Like, I hope there are more tournaments, but the stakes were absurd.
I think they could have done a much better idea. I think all the general concepts that Dragon Ball Super presents are completely sound, as opposed to Dragon Ball GT. But the execution left some desire. So yeah, One Piece is not absurdist. It's drawn absurdist, but the story isn't.
Should I take the trade?
Even though I know the reasons, I still hate Usopp's nose.
No. He's the opposite of Krillin. You have to love it. You have to love how long his nose is.
No, but I like Krillin.
So you just hate people with long noses.
I like characters in inverse proportion to the length of their nose.
But yeah, I don't know. I like me some well-written manga, you know, which is why I have all the respect in the world for Spooky and stuff like that. But I could not like watch like anime as it's coming out. Like just be like, okay, this is just a new, like no idea, just this is just a new anime, and I'm gonna watch it because I feel like eventually I would just get so fatigued of similar tropes and stuff like that, and just, I mean, I'm already fatigued about that with Western fiction, so I don't need it with, you know, Japanese fiction and stuff like that. I got fatigued with that when I was a kid. I was like, why does every woman and man end up together in a film? I'm really tired of that happening.
You're correct.
So
it will not stop.
Exactly. So I couldn't
anyway,
imagine.
The only manga I've ever read so far is Noragami, because I have accepted that season 3 is never going to happen.
Completely fair. Pig, I'm not joking. I think, like, and again, Stealth has been like, it's not bad. It's not. One Piece has a pretty good adaptation. But
I said great.
I'm gonna say good. I'm not gonna, because I think the One Piece manga is great. But the anime is good. So I think it is. I think if it's just like, I want to give One Piece the best shot I can possibly give it, and I do not care what format it is in, then I'm gonna give it to then I would say manga.
But I like anime is the problem.
I do too, but I mean, something you have to realize is like fucking Eiichiro Oda and like every other manga for that. And I say this because I go through it with my own stupid little comic strip. Like, they spend a month in a cave and then they come out covered in blood and oil, being like, I crafted this by myself out of stone. And it's just like,
well, that's
okay.
why. I mean, that's why. Like, that's why, of course, like, you as a person would, not sympathize is not the right word for it.
Appreciate.
Yeah, that's a good one. Resonate, maybe.
Maybe
that's a good word.
But
that's
yeah.
why that like resonates with you a lot, because you feel the same things.
But still, I mean, I would still argue, regardless of my own personal bias, you know, when you get to read a manga, you're getting to see someone like being altruistic about a story, and when that's well done, it makes it super good. Whereas, you know, different anime adaptations can go up and down depending on what's going on, especially if it's, you know, like, one of the benefits I have as a JoJo fan, just to brag on it a bit, is that, like, since it took 25 years for them to adapt it, there is no JoJo filler. Like, all JoJo stuff is exactly as it was in the... And, like, some filler's good, I'm not going to deny that, but still, like, it can be a problem when you're adapting something as it's being released. Is that...
Meanwhile, Naruto, towards the end of the original series, had, like, 200 episodes of filler.
Yes.
Yep.
And then...
Well, we finished Naruto, and they haven't brought out Naruto Shippuden yet, but we still need to put these out weekly.
Yeah. And then if you want to just define filler as, like, you know, anything that deviates from any extra content that is filling in for the source material, then you can just be like, and the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones were filler, because those books didn't exist yet. So, like, you know, you can get wild with it, honestly, but still. Filler is really good. I've heard... Well, that's the thing. And honestly, if I go watch any One Piece anime, it might be the filler, because I've heard anime has some great filler arcs. And I think that is because Oda has had a big hand in making the anime, too. He'll be like, do this. Don't do this.
Watch G8.
Watch what? Yeah, I've heard that one's good.
What?
Isn't that the one, the clip I see, pre-time skip, where Luffy is sneaking behind a guy? And
Yes, that's the one.
There you go.
And where Goldie Condoriano comes from.
Oh my lord. It's like my second favorite filler series. Fair enough. So. But I mean, it's also, just to be fair, it's not just like One Piece and all these things I'm talking about. It's also like Hellsing and Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Where they're just like, okay, everyone likes this manga currently, so even though it's not done, we're gonna make the anime. And they're just like, the ending's not out. And it's just like, we'll make it up as we go along. And they're just like, are you sure? And then they have to remake it. And I guess that's fine for them. you know, like they get to make more money, I guess, but still.
Pig, you didn't Full Metal Alchemist with us.
You didn't Full Metal Alchemist, Pig, and honestly, I'm kind of hurt.
Okay, in my defense,
Pig, you really brought me from Full Metal Alchemist down to Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, exactly.
In my defense, I completely dissociated and started watching a Brian David Gilbert song.
Well, oh, that's fair. I was watching his song about "Don't Tell Your Wife About This," and I love that for multiple reasons. And one of them is that the first comment on that video is "I have a wife," which is amazing. So sometimes the internet is good, you know. Anyway, yeah. I have a lot of things that kind of make me, because that's the thing, right? It's not even necessarily comics as a whole, because Western comics cover the entire spectrum from some of the greatest fiction ever to the shittest thing you've ever read. But manga, the only real place it differs in terms of comic making as an art form is that it has long been more typical for one person to do it as opposed to a team, which has been the standard here for a very long time. So the amount of credits you see on the first page of a comic can be just truly staggering. Line artist 2.
That's 2 people.
That's two people who did that line art. Do you know how many that is? 2.
Are you sure 2 is 2?
Yeah, exactly. Also, Trom, like, sure, we could point to Hellsing, but who am I to talk about Hellsing's adaptation when the only version I've seen and appreciate is the abridged series, which, to be fair, is incredibly fucking good, and not as deviating from the source material as you think it would be. Definitely not as much as Dragon Ball, but, you know. Hellsing Abridged is a good time, especially with Andrew WK. Bitches love cannons. Never forget. It's so important to me that everyone here knows that bitches love cannons.
You love cannons?
Yes. Also, I love how one time when they need to bribe Alucard not to go anywhere, he ends up watching Adventure Time in his basement. And that's also very good. And that was a 70-inch plasma screen TV.
I'll show you my 70-inch.
Pig, I am in the same exact fight when you last started making advances on me. I really can't do this with you. It's almost getting insane at this point.
I'm intelligent.
Jesus wants a hug. Yeah, exactly. Also, the whole way they adapt it, what was I thinking of? When Alexander stabs himself, I'd argue even better written than the original source material, because fucking Alexander Anderson starts citing the confessional prayer and everything, and it's pretty good, so love it. And also, it's more self-aware about this fan service than the original is, so always a bonus. I didn't have time to put panties on. Do I have time to go put panties on?
Signs point to no.
Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Should I put panties on? No. Hooray! The magic touch has spoken!
Comes back with an ask again later.
I
don't know, 8 Ball. This seems pretty fucking important.
This seems like an all-day kind of decision. So, Oda draws his brand new laser eyes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oda says he has laser eyes now, so that's fun.
I assume by that he means he got LASIK.
Yeah.
No, he's got Frankie Radical Beams.
He's got Frankie Radical nipple beams.
Not the nipple beams. Let's hope not the nipple beams.
Also, okay, so I need everyone to find a piece of wood next to him and knock on it real quick for me, because I'm gonna say something.
I'll knock on your wood.
No, my lord.
I'm knocking.
Okay, because like Kentaro Miura's death, I wasn't reading Berserk at the time. I didn't know about it obviously because I like Dark Souls. Like devastating, like a loss of a true artist upon the world. The very idea of Oda not being able to finish One Piece should shake millions of people to their core.
I did just get a chill.
Exactly.
Don't fucking say that.
I would argue the One Piece itself has ceased to be a fictional treasure and has now started to become a real one. Because after almost 30 years, no one knows what it is. Only one guy knows who it is. We need that guy more than we need most people in America. Like, Oda, I pray for your safety every day. You take care of and I don't care how long the rest of One Piece takes. You take months to finish chapters. As long as you are being as healthy as possible, that's all I care about. Yeah, I mean, I've said that too, Zaid, but I mean, I still would rather he get to see the end of this masterpiece he's created.
So the One Piece is Goldie Roger's treasure, right?
Correct.
Which is so called because he left it in one piece, correct?
Kind of. We don't really know that. In fact,
Okay.
different translations say he has him at his execution saying, "I left it in one piece," versus "I left it in one place." But
the anime says one place, but I assume maybe that was just weird English translation. Okay.
Who can say?
Because
one person.
Because the idea is, Goldie Roger already had lots of treasure, right? Like he was one of the top pirates of all time already before, you know, his execution. So it's kind of inferred that the place where the One Piece is, like the One Piece is there, and then also like millions and millions of dollars because Roger would have had.
So the One Piece is not just the treasure.
No, the One Piece is not the One Piece. Very minor spoilers. Roger didn't like create the One Piece. He found it. Like it
interesting. Okay.
It was
so
an
it's like
existing
some
treasure in the world beforehand, and he found it. So.
Is it a maxi-size condom?
The One Piece might be a gun, as far as we know, because this is a world of flintlock pistols. So it could just be the One Piece, and then Luffy pulls up on the world government with the One Piece.
I have thoughts on what it is. Cahill knows it. Cahill doesn't like it.
No, I don't like. I like mine better, even if it's more boring. I think it would end up being more satisfying when, like, drawn out. And
I think mine makes a lot of sense.
I think yours is weird.
So Cahill, your legitimately preferred theory for the exciting thing at the end of 14,000 episodes, because that's how long it's going to go on, is a gun.
Yes. Well, that's not my real theory.
That's his meme.
Yeah, that's a meme.
Oh, okay.
My real theory is different, and I can explain it to you after you got to a certain end of a certain arc with a certain name.
That's
with a
fair.
certain hook.
I thought the gun thing was legit, and I'm like, that's the most boring thing anyone's ever said.
No.
You see, I like Zaid's idea. One Piece swimsuit.
Yeah. The One Piece is the only, like, just completely fan service piece of clothing in the world. It has the power to accelerate women's rights.
I know what it is.
What's that?
I know what it is. Somewhere, someone is making a jigsaw puzzle, and they're missing one piece.
I'm literally gonna drop kick you in the nuts. Like I'm so upset right now. But anyway.
Why?
But I mean, like, because I'm not balls deep in the Lord of the Rings fandom / you know, lore and everything, but the Silmarillion is a book made from Tolkien's notes that his kids found, correct?
No, the Silmarillion was written by Tolkien.
Yes, but is it like was it meant to be
It
a
was
book?
entirely written by Tolkien, not from
Okay.
his notes.
But I would still argue that even despite the fact that that exists and everything, that Oda not finishing One Piece would be like Tolkien not finishing Return of the King, like a massive.
I feel like at this point, bizarrely, One Piece has a bigger cultural impact than Lord of the Rings did at the time of its release.
That I mean that's fair, because the Peter, like any kind of fiction,
Yeah.
Peter Jackson films helped a lot, but still, oh, go on.
I think it's probably closer to what Wheel of Time fans felt when Robert Jordan passed away, and it's just we've been waiting here too long.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I keep comparing it to that because because that's the thing. I've said it before, but people compare the series. They're like, Naruto and One Piece, right? And I'm just like, no, One Piece. I'm not even saying like better. I mean, I kind of am, but
I am
more so that it's just a massive. You cannot comprehend. It is a massive intertwining narrative, the likes of which is hard to really put into words. So it is not your Dragon Balls or your Narutos.
Yeah,
So-
I think Wheel of Time is probably closer, including the probable level of scope creep. Originally planned as a 6-book series at its debut in 1990, The Wheel of Time came to span 14 volumes in addition to a prequel novel and 2 companion books.
That is accurate to One Piece. Oda was like, I'm gonna write a small manga, and then he wrote quite literally the biggest manga, the biggest comic. By sales, I believe One Piece is not just manga; it is the biggest comic of all time. Luffy is a bigger comic star than Superman or Spider-Man, despite existing for a fraction of their lifetime. How do you get him caught?
I don't know.
What's up?
Like, I feel like, well, I mean, it's kind of rough to track that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely
Oh my
rough to
God.
track that when you consider the fact that, like, again, superhero comics get written by so many different people. So do you cut it off at, you know... Do,
Oh
do
my
you
God.
include every Superman and Spider-Man series ever in those characters' comic sales and shit? Do you stop it when the original authors are no longer writing it? Like, where do you measure that?
I'm sorry to keep coming back to this. Wheel of Time is One Piece in so many ways. So I just went to the Wikipedia page, list of the Wheel of Time characters. And it includes the following line. The Wheel of Time has 2,787 distinct named characters.
That is about...
It has what?
It has about 3 times more than One Piece. And that's a novel series.
2,787, Juice.
That's a town of people.
That is a modern town.
Like, to give you an idea, the A section is longer than the list of characters in most books.
Oh my goodness. But that's the thing, though. Like, and I think people just don't understand that in a lot of ways because they always want more. But long-term fiction is an art form in and of itself. And when done right, it can be some of the best art form ever, but it's not always done right. In fact, most of the time it's done wrong. So,
Well, time to go get killed again.
if you want to see long-term fiction done wrong, go watch Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on Riverdale, where he was pretty sure the writers just started going insane at one point.
I suggest you keep it to yourself.
I'll just watch Riverdale.
I'm not sure. I mean, you can. I'm not gonna be like, don't watch Riverdale, but it is a
I
choice.
know what I'm.
Take a hardline stance.
There you go.
I'll take a shot every time the teens are angsty.
Take a shot every time teens get angst. 500 plus million volumes sold. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I think if you want to live, you'll have to go like the opposite direction. Like, you drink whenever they aren't angsty.
Drink when a normal thing happens on Riverdale. You'll get real drunk maybe like the first season, and then the moment after that is done, you will have plenty of time to sober up.
When a character makes a rational decision.
Yeah. To be fair, you could say that about a lot of drama series where it's just like, why are you... This is what I'm saying. Like, I get tired of Western media tropes. My least favorite is, like, the misunderstanding, where where someone hears part of a conversation and is all like... Yes,
that is...
and is all like, I can never love them again.
That's not a Western trope. That's everywhere.
Well, it needs to stop being anywhere. I'm gonna start. If you put that in your series, I'm coming to your home personally to kick your ass.
Juice starts writing a series with the express purpose of putting that in it just so that they can fight Kale. Yeah.
Honestly,
listen, up.
I would fight Juice if it was in a boxing ring, what they said they already don't want to do, which is wild. But also, if we could do a creator clash style, I think that would be fun. Be like, this is my real life friend who doesn't make content, and we're just gonna fight each other because we are both consenting adults.
Why can't we do that now?
Well, first off, because you want it to be a street fight, and second off, because I don't want a street fight.
Oh.
Wow.
We can both get Street Fighter 6, create our, like, you know, life accurate selves in it in the advanced character creator, and then go on to fight in that.
If I get Street Fighter 6, I'm downloading Miku.
I'm making Miku. I'm thinking Miku, ooey oo. I'm thinking Miku, ooey oo.
Just like a 3D model of Miku just kicks down the door of your house.
Juice has gotten the most advanced animatronic of all time and is controlling it remotely to just fight me.
I'm sorry, is this Five Nights at Miku's?
They're using illusion discs. They're using illusion discs.
I've gotten a corporeal VTuber.
Behold, my steel tuber. What was I thinking of? I want to say, because I saw it today, apparently Markiplier is playing the DLC Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. And, like, I don't want to watch, because I think Markiplier deserves better, but I also kind of do want to watch, because I want to see him suffer. Like, it's a hard... I don't want Markiplier's conclusion from this to be he should keep suffering for my entertainment. But also, if he's already going to be suffering for my entertainment, wouldn't it be rude for me not to watch it?
Just suffering for your entertainment is like half of his deal now.
Yeah, well... Again, I generally enjoy Markiplier. My favorite, you want to know something? I was thinking about this the other day.
Did it just leave many more questions than it answered if it answered any? By the way.
What's that?
Were you talking about the FNAF DLC thing?
Oh yes. Does it not do a lot for the story?
It does 100% what everyone thought it was gonna do, and then answers no questions about it.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So just like disappointing in every way.
In every respect, great. But anyway, I was thinking about this the other day. Okay, because there's a very common internet fact that the Confederacy of the United States of America lasted less time than the Annoying Orange YouTube channel. I would like to posit that Markiplier has lasted longer than the Confederacy and has probably had a larger impact on America's youth than it, so...
Yeah, probably.
Good for Markiplier.
Good for Markiplier. Love that guy.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't do anything problematic. Let me say this. I'll say it a little roundabout because I don't want to get into details. Largely, because it's not my place to say anything about this, but someone I used to watch did some not great stuff recently. And I hope some ones, yes. And I hope I never really have to speak out on the fact that, like, I don't support that. Obviously. I think it's real dumb. It's so easy not to just be an awful person on the internet. So the idea that you get to do stuff on the internet for money and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to mess up now. Like, in such a massive way that people will cease supporting me. It's wild. I'm scared. I'm scared Trauma's going to tell us something about Markiplier. If it's that he's in the hospital again, that doesn't surprise me, but...
He is not in the hospital as of Monday.
Not, yeah, exactly. The impact, well, yeah. That's the that part is mostly hyperbole. But I'd like to think it's true.
What about hyperbole?
It's
hyperbole.
Say hyperbole again.
Hyperbee. Enter the Hyperbee.
Go Hyperbee. Use Twin Needle.
Hyperbee.
You'll remember when JonTron wasn't a shithead. Me neither.
No, don't break him off.
It was in the long ago.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it actually was.
It's not as long ago as you'd like it to be.
No.
I guess the question
I'm
positive should
not
be
sure he was.
when we knew.
Oh.
Yes, that's valid.
Yeah. He was quiet about it.
Yeah, and then unfortunately he stopped being quiet about it.
Yeah.
Look, when Aaron dropped her from Game Grumps, we all should have known.
Yeah. But like, he said it was creative differences, and I'm like, okay. I mean, people can
willing to
disagree.
believe that.
That's the thing, right? Because I try not to be like, I will judge you based on the content you put out on the internet, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Because that's not a great way to do it. You don't know these people personally.
Except when the content they put out is bad.
Yeah, exactly. Except for when they start being like, I will now make my content, I will now publicly do something awful. And it's like, well, that was a stupid thing to do. Dummy.
What, you didn't like it?
Why?
I did it just for you.
But anyway, yeah. Let's not. I try to avoid specifics because we all know. At this point, there should be a Wikipedia list of YouTubers who ruined their lives by being awful. It would be a massive one at this rate. Because they all started. Because like the first generation of YouTubers is like, you know, I don't want to say they're old now. They're not, but they've been around for a while now, long enough that like new ones have come through.
I mean, but like they're not even technically the first generation. Like. Because people like John and Hank Green were before them even.
Yeah, but like
they were like on YouTube in 2006.
I'm just gonna say that like I'm thinking of like, well I was thinking like Smosh and stuff. They were around in like 2005.
That's fair. Yeah.
And there's some other ones, but again, I'm not just gonna start listing YouTubers and being like good, bad, because I don't want to get into that. What?
You only need to list the bad ones, it's fine.
Also, did Yui just raid me?
Hello, Yui.
Hello. Thank you for the
Yui
raid.
here.
I really want to complete a fucking run of Hades without using Literally, that's all I want now. Is like, when Gold called me out, being like...
I totally did.
Oh my god.
Yui!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna boost my Discord audio, because I'm not... Why is everything awful? Hello.
Oh, that voice is so sexy.
I don't
say something, Yui.
No, please, Yui. I'm begging you, don't encourage him.
Hey, don't nut and stream.
Yeah.
Something.
I'd rather talk about problematic YouTubers at this point.
He nutted.
Alright, I gotta go though. I'll catch you guys
No,
later.
you see what you did, Pig? Pig, I swear to God.
You have been something today.
He's been. Pig has not felt the touch of anyone in a while.
Oh, wait, did Pig just Ada?
Of course he did. When is he not? Anyway.
Pig is in heat.
Hey.
I hate.
I wish
Stealth,
it
you should go to prison. You should go to prison more than Pig should.
Should I?
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'm just calling out a fact.
Yeah,
No, what? What did Stealth do? Like,
Stealth said the idea. Stealth committed crime.
That's a crime.
Yeah.
I'm the villain of the piece.
I know,
THOT, right?
yeah, exactly. Committed crimes against the thoughts. Well, that being Pig.
No, oh, I don't get to be the... Okay.
Pig. Oh, like
it's hard to call you a thought. You know, Stealth when Pig's out here, just nutting all over his keyboard.
Oh, so what you're saying is I need to like crank it up a notch?
Yeah, just really crank it up.
Love it. If I have the energy, I'll come back. But if I can't, you guys have a good night. Okay?
I completely respect that. Have a good one, Yui.
Bye.
Okay, everyone, I'm gonna do it this time. No exceptions. Doing it now. I'm sick of not doing it. So is Pig apparently. If I die,
I'm also doing it. It's just the it is a different thing.
Juice, if I die, you can go find one of the fan fictions, like a particularly bad one you didn't get to read on stream, and you can read some of it again, okay? If we can... not... I have to believe you have some of them in your memory. I know you, Juice. You can pull one from your butt. I know you can't.
Juice,
you don't have to.
Just share the Tom and Beast Boy picture with him.
Oh my lord.
No.
On stream.
No.
I didn't want to make this my career anyway. I don't know what anyone's talking about, you know.
I mean, I actually just said that to remind everybody. It exists. You all have seen it.
The Genesis is starting things. Right now is the
beginning.
beginning.
I feel like it's wicked unfair that Vegeta hasn't, though.
Well, Vegeta has. I shared it directly with him. We were watching Teen Titans when I found that.
That's fantastic. Remember when we became a friend group because we were like, let's watch things together, and then we didn't, for the most part.
Yes.
Good times.
But we were watching Teen Titans. There was a point at which like everybody's souls were sucked out of them, and we noticed that there was one extra soul compared to how many people there were. And so we concluded that Beast Boy's dick is so big that it must have its own soul.
Fantastic.
And that led to Rule 34 and Tom and Beast Boy.
And you concluded naturally that the extra soul was Tom from Tom and Jerry.
No. The two facts are unrelated.
It's 3 times. Yeah. My speed
it's the most explicit thing I've ever posted. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever posted.
You could post better. Grandpa, please stop posting your sex horoscopes to Facebook. I'm begging you.
He won't.
You won't. If you're a Tauros, you like a finger up your butt. Like what? Please stop. What was I thinking of? Horoscopes are so weird. I'm
not a Tauros.
What are you?
Sagittarius.
Gotcha. You're Sagittarius. You like a horse in your butt.
No.
Nuh-uh. I have no.
What do you mean, nuh-uh?
You took everything from me. I'm gonna be mad. First off, Beyond the Spider-Verse has stopped production, which good, because pay your fucking writers and artists. Nothing is going to get made without them, and if you think something is going to get made, I dare you to see if anyone bothers watching that stuff. But more so, what I want to say is that I'm going to be angry until that movie comes out about Miguel just gaslighting hundreds of spider people, because you're not going to convince me that's not what he was doing. That was exactly what he was doing. That whole... Oh, go on.
He's a villain.
Well, no, because traditionally, at least from source... And I mean, that's what the movie's about. I talked to Juice about this, about Spider-Man is like the most... It's Beyond the Across the Spider-Verse does the coolest thing where it ties the idea of adaptation to, like, you know, wanting people to accept you for who you are. without having to, like, you know, pretend otherwise. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever. But regardless, fucking... Miguel's not always, like, a hard villain. He's usually more like an anti-hero. But he was absolutely gaslighting everyone who wasn't Miles in that movie. And it makes me upsetty spaghetti. In fact, knowing the source material, Miguel, only makes me more angry at movie Miguel. Because I know something that they don't, so... F him.
To be fair, the film is an adaptation of the source material.
Oh no, I'm saying... So what I'm specifically pointing out is that Miguel in the movie is like, this is how you be Spider-Man. And Miguel, and it seems something they have adapted is that Miguel was not bitten by a spider. He is Spider-Man because he takes drugs. And I'm just like, so you're not...
Which was true of Gwen for a while.
No, she didn't take drugs. She used the symbiote, which, I mean,
there was. I was reading about the other day. There was a brief period where she took, basically like, no, it was like, radiation pills.
Fantastic.
Which like reactivated the little remnants of her power.
That's wild for multiple reasons. But anyway.
But then yes, to get her permanent powers back, she venomed.
Which I would feel nervous about, which probably doesn't make me a good symbiote host. Not that I particularly care, but I'd be just like, I don't feel comfortable relying on this guy for my everything. Both because I have to keep him and myself alive, and also he might want to eat someone.
You see, my concern, like, I think that somebody would reject me because every time I put on the suit, I would be wondering, is this Vor?
Yeah, but you just have to find a symbiote who's into that. And I don't mean Vor, I mean a symbiote who's into wondering if it's Vor. He'd be like, I don't know, man, but, like, we're in this together, so let's just stick by each other and we'll do this journey.
I just want a symbiote wife. Is that too much to ask for?
Yes, because they are a fictional species.
Why would you say that?
You can't prove that, can you?
because I want to.
Can you prove that nowhere in the universe does that exist?
I mean, I can prove. Well, okay. It's like when the fucking not to talk about.
That started, so I can't.
That's fair. Not to talk about current events too much, but fucking. It's like the U.S. Congress. It's like, aliens are real. And it's like, they're not, like, here. I can't see them. They're essentially as real as they are yesterday. I don't care if you have them in your garage. You're not letting me see... Until I get a picture of, like, this is a real alien, I don't give a shit. So until I get, like, you know... Until symbiotes are just like, okay, guys, we're here and we're looking for volunteers, then they're fictional to me. Whether or not they're actually out there.
I don't think anybody said that was specifically symbiotes.
The pig did.
No. I said, can you prove that nowhere in the universe do symbiotes exist?
And I'm
do you believe that symbiotes were the things that were being spoken
That's not what I said. What I'm saying is I can't prove it, but until they are like a part of life here and such, then they are as fictional as they might as well be, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You can tell me about a dog hanging out.
But for the sake of Juice's dream.
Yeah. Listen, you can write a very nice story about a dog that like roams the streets of Bangkok, but guess what? Like, even though that's probably true, it might as well be fiction because I don't know the dog.
He said cock.
I'm going to commit crimes. I'm going to do crime. Do crime. Be angry, do crime.
Would you have to be gay first to do crime?
Actually, that's a harmful stereotype to crime people.
Sure.
They can be any sexuality they choose to be. It's like a witch. You don't have to be gay to be a witch. It just helps.
This is a minor point.
What's that?
And it's related to something I just saw. Nothing to do with the conversation. But those of you all who stream, especially those of you all who have streamed with the webcam.
Yes.
Do you ever see weird things about your face that probably nobody else notices?
No, because I look at myself constantly.
My eyes are wonky as heck.
Just kind of wondering why I'm alive.
Yeah.
Because I let you live.
Okay, you good?
No. Also, I'm gonna say, I've said this privately in Discord, but I'm just gonna say it right now. Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest has forever changed how I see skin blemishes. Because that movie just made me think that we all have barnacles on our face that we can just kind of peel off at any moment. So.
Don't do that, Kano.
Well,
that is going to cause you problems.
Yeah, and it has many times. But that again, I can't help how I was raised, Pig. I was raised to believe that there are hermit crabs crawling around me that I can squish and eat whenever I feel like it, and I'm going to continue to believe that.
That I think is like deeply abusive. Have you considered therapy?
What?
You said you were raised to believe that you had hermit crabs on your skin.
Yes.
That's not true.
How do you?
And you need
Pig,
therapy.
how do you know? Can you prove right now that there aren't hermit crabs on my skin?
Microscope.
Yes, and omnipresent.
So
by virtue of being an elder god, I can prove it.
Anyway, I am still of the opinion of just like I believed in aliens until the U.S. government said they were real, and now I've stopped believing in aliens.
I am 100% certain, not certain, I am 100% confident that somewhere in the universe there is other life. That's as far as I'm willing to go.
Yeah.
Alien life surely exists, and I think it even exists in our solar system.
I would not go that far.
I might. Europa's pretty cool, and there's another moon like it. I just forget the name of it all the time.
Titan?
That's right, Titan.
Is it Titan? I didn't realize it was Titan.
Ganymede also. Ganymede has an under crust ocean.
Yeah, and I mean, I've looked up the topic because it's real cool, and
the photos from Titan are wild. We literally took photos from the surface of Titan.
Yeah, it's the best
of
stuff.
a methane lake.
I wouldn't even be surprised if like bacteria lives in Venus's atmosphere.
Again, is it possible? Yes. Do I genuinely believe that? No. I don't think life is that common. Simply because on a planet where we know life is possible, life has only happened once as far as we can tell. And everything proliferated from there. The formation of life, even given good conditions, seems to be pretty rare. But in the universe, it's just we know life can happen, and the conditions are good in other places.
I will agree.
Life, it finds a way.
Stealth. I'm gonna do crime on you too. Zay, please continue.
Oh, Stealth is correct.
Anyway,
there is definitely life in the universe because, just in case anyone doesn't know this fact, I'm sure everyone here does, but there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on Earth.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. So, good luck trying to figure that one out.
Well, yeah. Estimates go for about 200 billion galaxies, each of which has about 200 billion stars.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is when Congress said it and wanted us to care about it, they didn't say it with their whole pussy. Like, they didn't bring out the corpses and the alien technology. And
to be fair, Congress didn't say it. Congress questioned the dude who said it.
I don't care.
What that dude said was, I heard other people say, blah, blah.
Well, I'm blaming Congress, and I want Congress to show me. So until Congress...
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Until Congress
brings Congress for whatever you want.
Listen.
Yeah. It's probably true in some respect.
Listen, I'm just saying, like, that's the thing, right? Everyone pointed out, it's just like, you want us to care about this, but, like, everyone's life is on fire at the moment. So, like, unless it affects us, leave us alone.
And that's definitely why it became a big deal, because, like, it's just like, hey, we can use this to get us by through the week, I guess, without everyone burning everything.
Exactly. So that's why I'm just like, until Until I see some alien boobs on my desk this Friday, I really don't care.
Why would you want severed anyway?
What?
Who said severed?
I mean, it was implied.
If alien life comes up on another planet and like they have mammary glands, do we classify them in the same tree as us, or is it?
No.
Have we started a new
They might
tree?
be adjacent to mammals, but they wouldn't be mammals.
Yeah. Mammals share a common ancestor, and unless in some wild way we could show that they had the same common ancestor, which would just open a whole can of worms, no, they would be. That would just be a case of convergent evolution.
Actually-
Also, mammals are defined by more than just mammary glands.
Also, but Pig, also, did you know there is actually already an explanation for that?
For what?
For alien life sharing a common ancestor with us.
Yeah, convergent evolution. Oh, sharing a common ancestor?
Yes.
Yeah, panspermia.
Yeah, the thing with the asteroids and everything.
Yeah, panspermia.
Yeah.
I like it because it's got the word sperm in it.
I like it because it
Yeah.
sounds like pansperming, yeah.
Your pants firming yet?
Your pants firm yet, son? Anyway.
I don't want to have this conversation.
Dad, I'm glad you were supportive of my bottom surgery, but like this is a step too far. And again, I'm glad you're concerned about my health, but really, again, not the way to go about it. If we're being just really real with each other for a minute here.
Look, your dad is trying to be an ally.
Is that a? I don't know, and I'm not making fun of or in any other way. I'm just legitimately curious. Is it a thing where they're just like, listen, we've done the surgery, it went great, you're doing good, we're all supportive. Also, we will need to know if it's functional at some point. You know what I mean? Because
I mean, yeah, there are people that say it as.
I mean, I think it depends a lot on what surgery you get, because like a lot of things.
Well, I'm more asking, like, is the procedures like afterwards they do a checkup and it's like, so it's
But
going well?
I mean, almost all major surgery there are checkups afterwards. So
Fair.
it will not surprise me if afterwards they're like, and are you able to pee and also
Poo poo? We didn't touch that, but it'd be good if you could.
Yeah, like
right now.
I hope we didn't mess up the poop pipes.
The fun part about working in a pet store is that sometimes a nurse walks by me with a dog on a leash and a poop bag. And I don't mean like your typical pet poop bag, I mean a scientific poop bag, which is just fun.
Like a sample bag.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Scientific poop.
Scientific poop.
I picked this poop up on purpose.
This was a cool poop.
If you're doing your due diligence, you should be doing that for your neighbors.
That's fair. I have a cat, so you know.
Well, yeah,
I
but
also have a cat, so I don't even think about it. But
Zayd, I would like to point out to Pig's credit, I feel like what he means is that you don't typically command your dog now shit for me. You normally
I don't
what
think
you
the nurse does either.
That would be a hell of a trick, though.
I mean, if you can do that, I mean.
Do you guys? I mean, when I walk the dog, I ask her to poop, and in 2 minutes she does.
Shit on command.
Well, I mean, you probably want her to do that so that you know she's done it.
Please poop.
Yeah.
And then she goes poop.
I've never seen Oswald shit, and he sleeps
What?
across from me, so.
He's shy.
Okay.
He's a shy pooper.
So, have you seen the results of this action, or is he just
No.
a medical anomaly?
So here's what happened. At first we were really concerned because we got like the cage and stuff and like
Oswald
the
not
litter
poop?
box.
Is this where this is going?
Pig, listen, I need you to shut up until the end of the seminar and then I will answer your questions. You understand? Okay. You wouldn't interrupt Oppenheimer in the middle of Oppenheimer, now would you? No, thank
I
you.
can see
I don't know.
I absolutely would.
So
But to answer your actual question, no, I would not interrupt Barbie in the middle of Barbie.
okay,
Yeah, that's
fair
a
enough.
better.
That's much better.
I've seen that, so I understand.
So we got Oswald right, and we were just like, okay, and we made sure we got everything we need to take care of him. So we got a little pen And I was like, I mean, we should really let him roam around more. My mom was like, yeah, but he's still gonna go in the pen. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then we put everything in there, and we were kind of like, okay, how do we know, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay, well, you put hay next to them, and then they go poop. And we were like, okay, that's perfect, thank you. So then we did that, and then about 3 weeks passed, and he had never pooped once in his life. So we were like, hey, so we went back, right? We went back to the store, and we went back to the corner where the old man in the robe was that had given us Oswald, and we were just like, hey, he still hasn't pooped, and he was like, it's one of those. And we were like, what do you mean? And then he Pig, you wouldn't interrupt Barbie. So,
that is such
so
a
no,
wild
you wouldn't,
seminar.
No, yeah, please, come on, Pig. Like, this is just,
I agree,
I'm gonna,
but we should wait to the end of the seminar.
So what he does is he gives me a large sock, right? He gives me a large sock, and it's red, and it has white trim around the top of it. And he says, so what you're Pig, no, Pig, really, Pig. No, Pig, I need you to, no, Pig.
Are we there yet?
You're like, what? It's, I think, are you and my mom related? Because she cannot wait for the end of the movie before asking questions. So, okay. So he gives us a large, so the man, again, just to recap where we are, because Pig cannot stop interrupting. So where we are is that I have gone back to the place where we got in Oswald, and there is a man in the back corner with a large hood on. Obviously, he's a mysterious old man who sells bunwees. And I say, hey, our rabbit just hasn't shit since we've gotten him, and we've set up everything we should for like a normal rabbit, right? So what's going on? And he says, oh, it's one of those. I didn't think we'd have another for a couple decades. And I said, what? And he said, so I'm going to give you this, and this should help. And he gives me a red sock with white trim around the top, and he says, hang this above your fireplace, and wait each night. And I'm like, you mean like Santa Claus? And he means like, no, nothing like Santa Claus. So then I do that, and the next day it's just filled with rabbit shit, just so much, and I couldn't believe my eyes. But that's been about my life for the past couple months at this rate. So
I have questions, but I don't have questions at all.
That's far too long to put in a TikTok. Pig, do you have anything? Pig, do you have anything to ask me now that I'm actually done the seminar?
No.
No. Like, all of my questions are answered.
Okay, fantastic. Well, then maybe you should have waited till the end of the until the end.
Santa is a rabbit and chat in your stocking.
That's not. I don't think you listened at all. Actually, I thought Pig. Pig, I feel like you read like a classical novel, and you were just like, so the letter meant A, right? And it's just like, no, you stupid person, you. No, the letter didn't mean A. It stood for adultery.
What does it mean?
It stands for adultery, obviously.
It meant
Oh.
It meant
Well, now I'm disappointed. I thought the letter stood for Angora, like a rabbit.
No. Pig,
you got just the first letter of Arara, and we just didn't know.
Pig, you got to the end of the Wizard of Oz, and it's just like, so she just had the shoes on the whole time. And it's like, no, dummy. The treasure was the friends we made along the way. Dorothy didn't.
Oh, the end of One Piece, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but
Dorothy
she hated all of them. She just wanted to go home.
No, but she would miss Scarecrow the most.
She says that.
Why would you?
But
miss
look in her
all of
eyes. Because he's the only one I can relate to, Zaid. And I feel like you would have gotten that by now.
Man, they really should have made the Tin Man more mean.
Why is that?
Because he doesn't have a heart.
Oh, you're right.
Yo, do you
No,
know the
wait.
origin of the Tin Man, yo?
No, wait, no. Because Zaid has actually done the thing I'm joking about. I mean, I don't know if he did it as a joke. Zaid is very monotone, and it's one of my favorite things about him. But I can't actually tell if he's joking with this. It's really hard to tell. So I'm just going to try to
joking about. Let me know so I can tell you if I am or not.
Because the idea is that none of them needed the things they said they needed. They were literally exhibiting the traits the entire time. They had just been told that, and thus believed it, and were like, okay. Because Scarecrow comes up with literally every plan. Tin Man is crying constantly, and the Cowardly Lion takes every action the group needs him to take. And thus, none of them are brainless, heartless, or cowardly.
Okay, but do you know the origin of the Tin Man?
Heartless?
Because I love it.
I feel like I've heard it before feel like I've heard it before. Oh, Heartless. Yeah, no, I agree.
Anyway, so he starts out as a lumberjack who is clumsy. One day he's out cutting wood, swing, cut off his left arm. Anyway,
Oh, this is in the
builds himself
book, wasn't
a new
it?
arm out of tin.
I forgot about this.
Next day, cutting down tree, cuts off his right arm, builds
So he's
himself an arm out of
Frankie.
tin.
Okay.
He keeps cutting off bits of his body and replacing them with tin until one day he goes out and cuts off his hand and replaces that with tin.
To be fair, Zayd, I think every like iron person has been the Tin Man since like the early 1900s. I don't know what was the automaton before that, but I know that
It is worth noting, even
Wasn't there
like,
Metropolis
quite
before that?
appropriately, at least in
Yeah.
the movies, Tony
Probably
Stark
was,
needs a heart. Sorry.
Exactly. Yes.
Anyway,
It's almost like
I'm
he's
a
a Tin
different-
Man.
Except the message was he had a heart all along. So
Pig, I love you.
That's the same message though.
I know that was okay. That time I was definitely in on the show.
Anyway, I'm a dip.
I love you,
but,
Pig. I
But
hope you know
anyway,
that.
King Hippo for Smash.
No, my lord.
Oh.
Can't.
As a Mac.
As a little Mac Echo.
Yeah,
of
little
course.
Mac.
Little Mac.
Echo, yeah,
Yes,
of course.
I
Little
Most
Mac.
controversial opinion of all time.
No one has ever been as angry with me as they were that day.
Because fucking Pig, it doesn't make any sense. Leave now. Leave
I have been broken up with better intention than that.
Yeah. Because they could still see the good in you as they broke up with you, and we couldn't after you started saying stuff like that.
Honestly.
Anyway, I love you. Bye.
Bye. Man, he's neat. Anyway, I love my friend.
Too bad he's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead. Zayd, how's your day? Zayd, we don't catch up as much as we should. What's going on with
No,
you?
I came in because I haven't talked that much to people, and I feel like it's a bad thing to do when I'm also
No,
not
it's not a bad thing. I just miss you, genuinely. I love spending time with you. So.
I miss y'all too.
Zayd, do you play Fortnite? Hello?
No. I
King
should
Fisher
probably.
Game.
Why not?
I should probably all of y'all do. I should definitely probably.
Zayd, do you play Team Fortress 2?
I was today.
Were you?
Because
Were you
of
in-
the event. I wasn't in the event.
Oh, okay.
But I just was like, I need to play TF2.
Legit, if you want to, hit me up, because I've tried it once before, and I'd love to try it again with friends, because, you know, having any kind of camaraderie helps.
Will did leave open like a server.
I thought that was a private server. I thought
No,
that
there's
was
a public server. He paid for the whole month, so he's like, I'm gonna open up it now to public since I'm not gonna use it for the rest of the month.
But he only needs the edge, so.
Yeah. So I can give you the IP address and stuff. Maybe we can do that at some point. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Also, hi,
I should
Kingfisher.
just get into Fortnite though, because everyone loves that game now.
I mean, it's not. I don't think Team Fortress will ever die. So, as long as you
That's
have
true.
a game that isn't going offline, then it's chill. I am. Listen, I love Sea of Thieves. I literally haven't been able to start it, and I still don't have a machine that can really run it. But I am nervous that it will one day go offline, and then I will lose the best pirate game ever. So
I
that'll
still
be
haven't
upsetting.
done the Monkey Island stuff. That's something I plan to do.
I haven't done like the last 2 seasons basically, because I'm not gonna lie.
You need to fix your game.
Yeah, but I saw people poo-pooing some of their updates, which then I heard were actually good. So I guess that's on me.
Well, I understand what people are upset with the current update, because it's just lasted way longer than it was supposed to the current season.
Is it the one where it's like the hourglass and you shift?
No, Hourglass was last season.
Gotcha. That's what I thought. That was the one I was talking about.
I mean, it's just all optional content. You don't need to do it. So it's like people complaining about it being hard to do is like, then don't do it. Like I know you want the cosmetics, but then don't do it.
I'm having rotten luck today. I don't want to blame. It's not entirely on that. Like my first one was awful, but.
Is Juice reading you fan fiction now?
No, that's up to them. I'm not gonna force them. I'm gonna go one more time. Or this is because I want to spend time with friends, and genuinely, I just like I must.
To be fair, if you do this without Death Defiance, like I don't think I've ever. Well, I might have done a Deathless run, but I had Death Defiance on as a as a backup.
As insurance. Well, yeah, but I mean, my thing is just like, I feel like I should keep the spear. It's better to have long range. The spear is the best of both worlds. Hang out, take it slow, then rock out the show.
I like spear, but shield's my favorite of all time.
Well, aren't you just a Captain America Yankee Doodle?
I mean, I've definitely done a deathless with shield because you can just not take damage. It's fun.
Let's see how this goes.
I would love to do that. Maybe next stream is the shield stream.
You'll take damage and you'll like it.
No, Papa, no.
Unzips belt.
Oh my! Wait! Oh, that you have to understand that has other inclinations. Please.
I know. I meant for using it as whacking.
Yeah. It's goofing time.
I see you. I didn't see that juice pin, Mike.
You're right.
Hyperbee.
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 The halcyon burns leads us to shore. I'm glad. Yeah. No one gave. You know what? Let me pause this and give. I've paused for other stuff. Let me pause and give Kingfisher a shout out. I don't think anyone else is here, but it's my friends and it's Kingfisher's raid. But it's proper manner.
You shouted them out.
They did? Oh, okay. Then I missed the command thing because I'm looking at my OBS window and not Twitch window. Juice is a good friend and mod.
No. I just got back.
They are, however, a bad seamstress. They've never knitted me anything.
I know I'm a bad seamstress. Baby 5 has a rip in her tail.
Oh no.
Aww.
I love how people are just like the One Piece character. No, just named one of their stuffies after Baby 5.
It's a good name.
Fucking.
Yeah, I have a bigger dinosaur that is Buffalo.
Very good. Listen. I'm just gonna say it. This is the most explicit we will ever get on this channel. Because there is a meme I've seen where it's the sex scene from American Psycho, and it's as he's looking over at the mirror, but they have replaced the mirror with stuffed animals. I know several people who that would be the case for, and honestly, all I can say is good, as it should be. If you aren't fucking next to stuffed animals, I don't know how you're living. You aren't.
They're an audience.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You get it, Juice. You get it.
Oh, voyeurism? Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
What's that?
This isn't some sick fetish.
Sure.
It's show.
It is in the Bible. It is in the Bible. Bibble. They're like, do it, it's cool. They say that.
I do remember hearing that.
They egg you on, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just like Dr. Eggman. That's all he does.
I didn't get to respond to it because I was working that day, but when I posted a trailer for Sonic Superstars, and Juice was like, Orbular Eggman! I was like, you get it, thank you. So, I love how Eggman had an evolution that would be like good and natural for most characters, from original Sonic to Sonic Adventure to Sonic 06, but that was so bad that they had to go back. We had to go back.
Eggman needs to be an egg.
He does.
Otherwise, he's just a man.
I love that there's moments in the classic game. There's a lot of reasons I love. I don't like saying the classic games because I'm like, Sonic used to be so much better. No, they can still make a good 2D game. They just don't.
They leave that to the fans.
Yeah, but I love that there, like in classic games, there'd be moments where Eggman is just running ahead of you. You are the fastest hedgehog in existence, but Eggman is just outpacing you bit by bit as you know.
I love how the Archie comics basically are like, yeah, Sonic's basically a god, and then the games are like, Sonic's just kind of...
Sonic's a hedgehog.
Low.
I love the IDW comics. They are also dramatic, but not written by some insane people, like Archie's was. But also, what was I also thinking of? I just love the classic style of the games, honestly. Sonic had great character design, and then even though I grew up with the adventure games designs and stuff like that, and I still have a great appreciation for them and their art, I still kind of prefer the classic cartoony look of 90s Sonic.
I will never not love Adventure Battle 2.
I mean, that's fair. I'm gonna stream it after Bloodborne. Get ready for Wonder. I mean, not Wonder. That's the other game I have to get ready for, but that's not what I'm playing Sonic for. Get ready for Superstars.
Well,
oh, I need to tell Barry about that. I know he never wants to hear from me ever, but consider, if Sonic says the word Superstars, then he should... Well, okay, well, what you can do is you can get a cameo from Roger Craig Smith and get him to say soup, and then that's a reward.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can still DM him. So,
who? Roger Craig
Barry.
Smith? No,
Barry.
Roger Craig Smith.
Barry.
Roger Craig. I want to talk to Sonic.
Let him talk to Sonic.
Let me talk to Sonic. Yeah.
I mean, you could try to DM him. I don't know how that's going to go.
Try to. But yeah, what was it? The other thing I was gonna say about Superstars is like as long as Superstars is good, and any other 2D titles with classic Sonic are good, then I have no problem with them pushing out kind of just. And I like Frontiers, but you know, basically the same thing they've been doing, which is not the best made 3D games. As long as they also put out higher quality 2D games, that I can live with. Again, they've screwed that up before with Forces and Sonic 4 and others, so fingers crossed. Never count on Sega.
Sega.
Count on Sega to let you down.
Sega's most consistent about their inconsistency, so. And you can count on that. Nintendo don't. Nintendo is consistent to the point of being oppressive. Sega is inconsistent to the point of being horrifying. And then he kisses a woman! Please don't. I didn't know, because like, I hadn't seen that entire game, obviously, for many reasons, but I had seen recently, she dies in that game, like actually, at one point, her and Eggman blow up, and Sonic's like, time travel. Bring them back to life, and it's like,
It's kind of like Maria.
I mean, can Shadow go back and save Maria? Probably not. That's butterfly effects. No one ever says that, you know. Everyone's all just like, you can't go back in time, butterfly effect, unless it's by a little bit, in which case we won't care about the butterfly effect because we don't know about it. So, if I can't see it, it's not real.
I just love all time travel into multiversal creation, and don't worry about it. There's a butterfly effect if you're just making a whole new universe.
I do like Doctor Who's interpretation of it, because even though that show can get nonsensical in its 50-year run, I like the idea of just like, listen, in time travel, there's some places you absolutely cannot touch, or else the entire universe falls apart because of time travel.
Yeah,
but the rest of it is what, yeah. But the rest of it is, and I feel like that could kind of be true, you know? Like, it might not all be important stuff we know about. It might just be like, this guy has to be at a diner today.
Well, I mean, literally, minor spoilers for season 1 of Doctor Who, of the modern series.
Yeah.
Literally, Rose's dad's death is a fixed point in time.
Yeah. And even
because
though...
Rose is important, so there you go.
But, like, that's what I'm saying. I like that interpretation of just, like, we can mess around a lot, but there's some places we cannot and don't. And, I mean, I like that in the David... I'll be honest, they got me. I like David Tennant. I like seeing him as the Doctor.
I don't know why I thought you were about to say David Bowie.
No, I mean, I like Yoshikage Kira. He's a great JoJo villain. But, more so than that, I like the ending, where, due to depression, he's like, I can mess with time all I want, and then the universe is like, no, don't. Please don't. What I should really go watch, though, is David Capaldi. I love David Capaldi, not Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi, yeah, I was about to
right.
say, you got the wrong name there.
But I think he was a great Doctor, and I loved his TARDIS. I love how it was, like, all futury, but it had, like, chalkboards and bookcases around it. The best.
Capaldi got done dirty by the writing staff.
I don't remember. So,
I mean,
and I probably would still love him regardless. So
his stuff was okay, but he still got done dirty by the writing staff.
He could
And
have
so
got
did
done better.
God, who's the lady that played the Doctor after him?
Lady Doctor? Well, that makes sense, given that, you know, probably same team besides the person playing the Doctor. That I definitely don't know, because he was the last one I saw.
Yeah, but she got done dirty by the writing staff too, just because they didn't know how to write the Doctor anymore, apparently. So
50 years and they forgot. What do you know?
Jodie Whittaker, yeah.
There we go. She was cool. She had that like bright white coat and everything, and that was very.
Yeah, she was cool, but like, they were like, "Hey, the Doctor just doesn't care about humanity."
That's all. Oh, they did evil Superman. I hate that.
Not that. It was very like, oh, people died. It's okay.
I would argue that it's still evil Superman, and it is Hypipibit.
Because Tennant's Doctor was like, I don't want anyone to die. Like, sure, it happened, but he would like be upset about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like she was never as upset about it.
She wasn't as upset about people dying.
And then there's one episode where she praises corporations. So, you know, the Doctor, famous for being a staunch capitalist.
As we all know.
It's a canon event.
It's canon event that every long-running series must be bad at one point. It happened with One Piece very briefly with Sanji.
Yeah.
No.
It's like,
and for several people, never recovered.
Listen, he's fine.
Yeah, I think Sanji still has some negative qualities.
I mean, he does, but like Whole Cake Island, I was like, I don't forgive you, but fuck.
Yeah.
I don't forgive you. I am crying though, so fine.
I can't bring myself to dislike him.
No, I don't dislike him either.
I can watch. To be fair though, and especially to Oda, again, like, and this is not necessarily. I was gonna say it's not a point against the anime, but you know, him and the Okama and all that kind of stuff. I was just gonna say, like, the manga, that's a cover story, and the anime, that's apparently its whole like arc and everything. So.
It's not a whole arc. It's just that they point back to it during certain things because it's just like, what's happening with the crew?
Yeah, I get you, but still, it gets more time than before, and because of that, it can almost make you angry at him because it's just like, hey, Sanji, don't say that.
I mean, Luffy would be dead without the trans community, so you know.
Luffy did what?
Luffy would be dead without the trans community.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, all the Straw Hats would be. So.
Well, probably yeah, because their captain would be dead. So.
But Luffy would be most important.
Yeah.
Iva is the best, and I wish we got more of her woman form because it's great. She's great, and they only used it once so far, and I'm hoping it comes back for another fight. But that being said, I do love that when her titties.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I love that the form she chooses in pulling up to Marineford is big face hormones, as she put it, where her head just gets much bigger, which is terrifying and effective.
I love that form.
See, this is one of the reasons why I said One Piece is absurdist. Luffy was saved by a big head twice. Like,
no, he was saved by someone with a big head. Zaid, please, don't be rude about it.
Come on, Zaid. We use person-first language.
Exactly. What's wrong with you?
Oh Lord.
Must you?
Mustard.
Mustard.
Colonel Mustard? In the library? With the candlestick?
Always the candlestick.
It is just like very, I agree, it's very weird that assholes can read One Piece, and it's just like, okay, well, the good guys, unquestionably the good guys are revolutionaries run by a bunch of drag queens, and you are still a jerk about this stuff? Wild. Hello, gamer.
Well, it's like the people who watch Star Wars that are like...
Go on.
I have a thing that I could say that I'm just
Yeah,
not
let's not get too real. But also, Zaid is right.
I am going to put it in the
jokey way.
No, the text chat though.
Okay. Gotcha. But I was also gonna say, Zaid was about to say this. But I would argue every time I see stuff about the Empire, like as merch and everything, I'm just like, those are space Nazis. They are 100% space Nazis. So.
Well, I mean, the what is it? The 501st. At least does a lot of good outreach stuff. So you know.
You're not. I probably don't say that stuff, but you could have, and I wouldn't have gotten mad because you're not wrong. But regardless.
Because I mean, if you want to take on a fictional space dictatorship, but then like help children in need, I'm okay with that, I guess.
Oh, I said this on stream. But I did meet. I thought you were talking about the fictional 501st, but yeah, I met one of the real.
No, I'm talking about the IRL 501st.
Yes, I met one of them in real life, and he gave me a fancy coin, and it was the best. And that was one of the best things that happened in Florida. So, love the 501st. And I mean, I love Rex, so I do like the fictional 501st. Most of them are dead.
Yeah.
They got a rough. I mean, that's the point of the Clone Wars, and I mean, arguably that's the point it's making about war. It's just like, hey, isn't this so pointless and just the worst? Wouldn't it be great if we just didn't do this? I almost feel worse for the battle droids, because they didn't even get to live after that. They were fully just like dead after that. So
some of them survived.
Some of them. Well, wasn't that the thing in Mandalorian? It's just like they're around. They're just not being battle droids right now.
Well, no, they can't do that anymore. That'd be bad for them.
Be a bad look.
Yeah. I'm using like an online program for doing some drawing practice.
Yes.
And I don't know what button I pressed, but it closed all of my like sidebars. So.
Are you in CSP?
No, I'm in Photopea.
Oh, God, gotcha. Because CSP, it's tab, and I do not know why.
Tab here too. Nice, thank you.
You're welcome. I did it. Oh yeah, Stealth was teaching me Unite, earlier today, and I was like, Stealth, listen, the TISM, I need simple instructions.
It's a very and it's like for 10 minutes, it's a very intensive, context-heavy game.
Yes.
So I can't give you instructions on everything.
You were a pretty good teacher. I think the one thing you kind of botched. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't want to say. I was gonna say butchered, and I was like, that's not what I mean. It's like you started out with the timing, and I get why that's important, but I also didn't know like the basic stuff in between that before I understood what the timing meant and everything. So, in that regard, I was like, what's the rest of it? Okay, I get that the big guys show up here, here, and here, but what about the rest of the game?
Unfortunately, since you were just starting, we had like 8 million bot games to nail those concepts home.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still not the biggest fan of MOBAs, but it was pretty fun. Especially with like, I do like the idea of like, because I didn't really know the scoring system, and I like that it was just like, you are Pokemon. Go capture other Pokemon, score goals, blah, blah, blah. That is pretty neat. Evolution is still weird, but I do actually think it's a neat concept in how the game implements it and stuff. The moves are the weirdest thing, probably, I'd argue.
Just like how they're implemented, or what?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have your basic, I don't know, there's something about them where I was like, these are wonky. But maybe I'm just not used to how MOBAs are, given that I don't typically play them a lot.
This is the beginning, and now I realize we're talking about Unite.
Yes. Unite. Zaid, Juice, you've played Unite, right?
I did too.
I was just gonna ask about MOBAs in general, but.
Oh, I love MOBAs.
You love MOBAs?
Don't talk to me about League.
Okay, well, what about? Can we talk about Arcane though?
I mean, we can always talk about Arcane.
I would hope so. I feel bad. It's such a weird feeling because Arcane is so good, but like the first 3 episodes of the 6-episode series is all the backstory, and then like the quote unquote current events start happening. But still, I watched that and I was like, oh, this is very good, fantastic.
It's just really good character writing. Like it's insanely good character writing.
I love that Jinx and it's Cisco, right?
Cisco, yeah.
I love that they're just a toxic relationship and neither of them realizes it, because they both genuinely care about each other. They're just completely batshit fucking insane.
Silco. I was like, Cisco is short for Francisco.
His full name could be Francisco. You don't know that.
It's probably Francisco.
Francisco. He's from San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah. San Francisco.
They're adding a section of that to Disney's California Adventure. If I end up moving to California, don't judge me. No, listen, I'll go off on it all I want because Disneyland was amazingly designed and was a incredibly charming place. As opposed,
I've never been to Disneyland.
I have said many times in a voice call, if we ever do a big like friend group meetup, I will be like, hey guys, we're doing it in Disneyland, and I'll pay for most of it. It'll only be easier for like Chen, who can theoretically drive there, even though it would probably take a while. But I'd enjoy it, so.
I could drive there.
I could drive there.
3,000 miles away.
Listen.
Well, you could like meet me, and then we could, carpool.
How far are you from Disneyland, Zaid? I'm not moving to Texas. I'm not moving to Texas. But...
I don't recommend anyone do that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But
let me see how far I am.
I will say.
I am 1,600 miles away.
So the main thing I'll say, and like I guess you could see this as a detriment.
Same as stealth. I don't know why I even searched it. I just said something.
But the thing about the biggest difference I saw from Disneyland to from Magic Kingdom and Disney World is just like foliage. There's just flowers and trees everywhere, and it looks beautiful. And the only problem is when it gets in the way of the fireworks at the nighttime. But I swear to gosh, if they go and chop all those trees down, I'm going to like go to their house and burn it down. So, you know.
Just 22.5 short hours away.
It's a good time though. It's just pretty.
I have been to Disney World many a times, but I have not been to Disney World.
Well, the thing is, and again, I think this is a benefit to Disneyland, even though some people say like, no, it's not as good because it's smaller. Like everything is in walking distance. You can walk everywhere there, and that's much better than just like, okay, I've done everything in the park already. I can either wait for the nighttime show or get on a bus to another one. It's just like, no, simply
just ride
walk.
the monorail.
But the monorail doesn't go to every park.
It doesn't. It doesn't go to Epcot.
There's Epcot. I mean, Epcot and Magic Kingdom are great parks, and the fact they're connected by monorail helps. But also, Zay, guess what? The monorail in Disneyland, it goes in the park, and it's great. So.
I mean, there's a train in Magic Kingdom.
yeah, and it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it goes to the other parts of the Magic Kingdom.
It goes to everywhere. Guess what? They have that. Do you know what they have in Disneyland? They got a whole big waterfall in the back. They have a canyon. They've made a small Grand Canyon in the back of the park. You can only see if you're on the ferry or on the train. And the train goes over it on a huge, not suspension. What's the one where it's like a bunch of sticks and everything? And they cross. You know
Truss Bridge?
Yeah, I guess so. But,
a bunch of sticks.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. It's like a bunch of X's stacked up to the sky.
He's not an engineer.
Yeah, it's a truss bridge.
Sick.
It probably has a more technical name depending on what kind of trusses are being used, but yeah.
But I didn't take notes on that when I was in Disneyland. Zaid, I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. I've only played Polybridge. I don't actually know the names of bridges that well.
You played Polybridge a lot. Is that?
I did.
Thanatos beat me for the first time ever.
Yeah, because you were slacking.
I was thinking about Disneyland.
Slacking like a slay king.
I will not.
Good night.
Good night,
night,
Self.
night.
I love you all.
But yeah, Disneyland is.
It's always looked good from what the times I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Disney World has kind of been more curated for just like, being the world stop destination, where Disneyland is just still a very nice park to go. And that's the main thing I kind of landed on, is Disneyland was made not to go for the attractions and stuff at the time. It was made to go for a day and maybe go on a ride and spend a nice time with your family. So thus, a lot of stuff from that is left over, making it just kind of a nicer place to walk around in, as opposed to the ones in Florida. So I like that more. What's up,
I need to see the differences between the two Pirates of the Caribbean rides.
Oh, Zaid, like the one in Disneyland is half an hour. Like it is a massive ride.
Good lord.
They're half of
the
it.
one at Disney World is like 10 minutes at most.
No, like, because like there is generally the same sections, but like the cave section and everything is like 3 times longer. Like there's a massive thing. So this is something really cool. And again, I'm not trying to be like Walt Disney was a genius, because it was a lot of people at the end of the day, but like it was one of the last rides he worked on. And one of the things is it's in New Orleans Square specifically. So what happens is you go through the New Orleans sewers down into a cave system where you see a pirate curse, and then you enter what you typically think of as Pirates of the Caribbean. And that's a lot. Like, it's a lot. So it's a lot of theming. It's almost like there's some kind of theme going on.
I mean, I guess the cave area in like the line area you're talking about?
No, I mean the ride. Like, in the ride, you start in New Orleans in a swamp, and then you go into the sewer system of New Orleans, and then you go into a cave system underneath it, and you can see tree roots hanging from the top, and then you go into a pirate cove, and then you go into Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, like you know, where they're like, Jack Sparrow, and it's like, oh, I know him. Anyway, it's
He's still on the right? Because they were talking about taking him off the
No,
ride.
I do not. We're not gonna. This is so. I did not. I didn't even have a horse in that race, but I was just like, I don't want to see this broadcasted. This is like the worst case imaginable.
Yeah, they're both not great.
It's just like, this is a very, no matter what way you look at it, whether you know anyone's guilty or not, this is an awful thing to happen to anyone, no matter who you are in this situation. I don't want to see it on TV every day, all the time. I don't want to hear about it on TV every time.
You don't want to have intimate details in someone's private life all the time?
Into their failed relationship? No. That seems
I do.
ridiculously sad. Juice, you are mentally unwell, so you don't get a say in this.
Damn.
Some people like drama, though, Cahill, so I you know.
I get that, but still. Juice, you have a fundamentally skewed understanding of relationships. You do not get to say whether or not you want, you know, want to see toxic relationships.
I think it'd be a fun activity.
I did. You think a lot of it. We're not going to talk about what you were sending us the other day. Fucking me, Ian, and some others, where you're like, this would be a good idea, and it'd be like, Wicket wouldn't be Juice. I don't know why you're saying this.
I thought it was cute.
It wasn't. There's much cuter things you could do, and I suggested one, and you're like, that's stupid. I'd be like, it's not. It's the normal thing to do, and effectively the same. I love my friends. Anyway. Yeah, I'm literally like, especially after not wanting to go back to Florida ever in the rest of my life, I would love to be able to go back to Disneyland and be like, hey, hey, how y'all doing?
You don't want to go see Ian again?
I mean,
for the first time?
he wants to come up here, so.
Fair enough.
I feel like it would just be worse. He showed me Bass Pro Shop in Publix. Like, that's what he went to show me in Florida. And you know what? I appreciated it. I was like, that's very cool of you. Thank you. I had chicken. That was secretly a little spicy for me. But I didn't say anything because my friends would make fun of me.
It was what?
It was a little spicy for me.
Please say so.
No, not as much as you want.
And not the Royal Farms chicken being spicy.
Well, I think I got the spicy version by accident.
No, you did not. That's
No, I
they did not have
legitimately-
any spicy version, Kale, because we
Oh,
ordered
that-
from the same thing. She pulled our tenders out of the same
Have
container.
the same fryer.
We
our-
were just from the mountains of Caucasus.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like my spice tolerance has gone down.
Gone down. That's interesting.
Because I just don't eat as much spicy food as I used to when I was younger. So
You're not a strapping young lad anymore.
yeah.
Quickly, put a Scotch bonnet in all of your food.
Quickly, the
I'll go to a
Carolina
Thai place
Reaper.
and order the hottest temperature.
But anyway,
Yeah.
And die. just fall over on the floor in spice sweats, just convulse and die.
I make fucking white stereotypes seem like immutable fact. Like,
Yeah.
and that's on me.
Oh,
What's
so
that?
funny story. So I'm borrowing my wife's tablet.
Uh-huh.
Because I was like, I want to learn how to draw better, and I want to do it with a tablet because I'm tired of trying to draw with a mouse.
That's a good idea, honestly.
And I got it, I downloaded the drivers, I did all that stuff, and then when it asked me to reset, I didn't reset. Because I was like, I want to do stuff right now. So then yesterday, it just stopped working, and I was like, why is it not working? I just needed to reset my computer.
Good job.
And the funny thing was, it was working pretty, like, stutterily and, like, laggy before, and I was like, why is it so laggy? I just needed to reset it. So the drivers could actually fully install.
I'm glad you didn't break your wife's tablet, Zay.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Can always get another one, I suppose. They're not that expensive, right?
They get pretty expensive. I got a cheap one and it was like over $100.
That's probably one. This is probably what. That's probably what we have, because like we don't have one with like a screen or anything.
Yeah, no, those ones go into the thousands. Because
Yeah,
I mean, at that point, you're basically buying a PC, so they
Yeah,
charge you
yeah.
like a PC.
You're buying another monitor that can also, yeah.
There is computer stuff in it, like so, like.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're. My school had some real fancy ones. Kill the bull. Oh,
So,
fuck.
for the first time in 5 years, I finally have dropped my phone and broke it.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I had a streak like that.
But thankfully, my dad recently got a new phone, and then he was like, "I actually don't want this," and I got my own repaired. So, do you want my new old phone? And I'm like, "Yes."
Heck yeah.
give the new old phone.
Old phone.
We love it when parents can actually come in clutch.
Because I was looking it up online, and like, if I wanted to buy a new one from Amazon of the same phone that I have, which I'm fine with what I have. It's an old Z3, Motorola Z3. It'd be like $140, and then when I looked up for screen repair, it was $140.
Oh.
And then I was gonna go through the screen repair because I was like, I don't want to actually transfer files to a new phone. And then my dad was like, have you done that yet? And I'm like, nope. He's like, I fixed my old phone and you could have my new one. And I'm like, okay. Gonna have a Samsung. It'll be different.
Well, that was bullshit. Okay, I'm
wasn't.
done. It was. The screen got covered in spear.
There are spaces you can
You're supposed to be on the sides of the... Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm calling it a night. I'm tired.
Fair
I'm tired. I did good enough.
I think all the God's powers are kind of annoying to avoid during that fight.
That's their point. That's the point.
That's my least favorite fight in the entire game.
Yeah, no, it's the worst.
I'd rather fight Hades there and then fight him again at the end.
I'd rather fight Cerberus. That's blasphemy. That would be awful. No one wants to fight
Don't hurt the
Cerberus.
doggo.
Exactly. Okay. I'm gonna raid Dither. Because I like
Dither.
Ditter.
Ditter.
I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Y'all are the best. I
for this stream.
am bad at games. And that's not hyperbole. As much as I wish it was. So. But tomorrow we do art. And then after that I will be did I accidentally input Dinnerkins? Is that why I was... Oh no, because they changed their name just to Dither. I put it in their old username. Because I am a dunce. Anyway, the game we play after... That's not too long from now. We will be playing Bloodborne. And hopefully the point of that will be to show that I'm good at Bloodborne. I'm good at those games. Because, legitimately... you know... Uh-oh. I think stream's over. What? Did the raid happen? Or no?
No.
No? Oh, there it goes. It's because hyperbole is up at the top. So, I'm gonna just go take a nap.
Hasn't caught.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.